You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
You have heard of me.
Did you enjoy the vibe, Snowman?
Oh, absolutely, my bro. That
Yeah,
first
great.
song is insane.
Yeah, that the Gandalf sax remix.
First episode, Wiz Rad, Germs, and whatever the other one is, ladies, I think. Yeah.
Well, hold on. We're not to the intro yet. This is the pre-intro talk where
Damn it. That was awesome. I'll do it again.
Don't worry. No, it's fine. No, there's just because I haven't figured out what really to do. My original idea was like, well, I could do a dad joke, but I couldn't think of any that fit the theme. So
You'll get it. You'll figure it out in 3 minutes.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's Wow Wednesday. Greetings, travelers, Wiz Kids, and Word Players. It is Wednesday, which means it is Wow Wednesday once again. I am Wizard of Wordplay, the Wow of Wow Wednesday, and I am joined, as I am always, by the Gremlin King himself, Samurai Snowman.
AKA Little Wizard Jr., baby. Konnichiwa, my friends. Yeah, I'm your illegitimate son.
I don't know if we can get that over, but
all right, we'll work on it.
We'll figure it out. No, we said last week that we would have some new stuff, and we got new stuff. You know, we got new intro, new pre-show. I don't know what you call them, like hype videos, musical whatevers. We got a new outro. We got a new background. We got a new color.
Merman.
We got Merman. Got all new, all different here on Wow Wednesday.
Really shaking things up.
But of course, we got the chat. We got Royjin. We got Baki.
What's up, my boys?
DCU is doing fine. It's just the comics that need work. We got a couple of, we got DC, we got Marvel, and we got some other movie stuff if we get to it.
DC's got some good comics out right now.
Yeah, DC, people are talking about DCKO. We got some news with that.
Yeah, I need to check that out. Not too thrilled on the premise, but
I think it would work if it was a one-off kind of nothing story, but it's not, and it's important to continuity for some reason. So it's like, well, that's dumb.
It has something to do with the absolute universe, I think, like how Darkseid.
It's basically like,
and they gotta like turn it back by beating him or something.
Yeah, it's basically whoever wins is gonna fight Darkseid at the the MK Tower, right? They got to get to the MK Tower, and
Yeah, speaking of, they actually Mortal Kombat characters are going to be part of
yeah,
that
we'll get
fucking
there.
storyline now.
We'll get
I
there.
didn't. No, I didn't say nothing. What do you mean?
What? Who? We'll get there. No, that
Else.
they're literally adding a season pass to a comic book story. But yeah. So Wow Wednesday, the true season 2, really, we could call it that.
Hell yeah.
Same
New look, baby.
new look, same people, same content, same everything else. But
we got Merman, we got Finger Trap Man.
I don't think they all need to be man. You know.
Ah, dude, that's what Stanley does.
No, not really. I mean, he would do like the stuff.
We got the man.
We got the man, Becky Lynch. But anyway, we also have in the little StreamYard clips. We got some new clips. We got some old clips that have never been seen on the Wizard of Wordplay channel, but old clips that keen-eyed, long-time viewers might recognize. So we'll see what triggers those down the line. But first and foremost, Snowman, how was your week?
It's been chill, bro. Work's been flying by, and I've just been reading a bunch of comics, playing some different video games, man. Just vibing out there.
Yeah, what were you playing earlier? I clicked on it and I saw you were playing
Lords of the Fallen, probably.
Lords of the Fallen, yeah. I was like, I saw that on the.
I played the original. It's kind of a Janktown kind of game, but I did like it. It had its charms, and this one is like way more polished. It's pretty dope.
Cool.
You're cool.
Thank you.
See, men, we build each other up, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, the ladies, all they know, the women, all they know how to tear each other down. That's all they can do.
They're terrorists.
Yeah. Well, I don't consider them terrorists. I consider them teachers.
I'm not a sweatshirt. I'm a t-shirt.
It's too stupid.
Nah, it works perfectly, bro.
Well, don't worry. We got some Mandarin to talk about later. That's for sure.
I'm not a terrorist. That was so cool, dude. I don't care how like you feel about the twist. All that shit.
He was cool. He was cool before the twist. Exactly.
You know, it brings wonder back in my life. What could have been?
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like a kid again.
Well, I mean, I could do the speaking of wonder in the Mandarin, but we can't do that yet. So we're gonna just put a pin in that segue for later.
All right.
Because as I will no doubt be interrupted talking about my week by Chesker, I'll just start it anyway. My week was I didn't go down to my hometown this week. I stayed in this week, but
Coward.
Didn't do any drawing either. Tried to, but
I drew a little bit last week, but not really at all. Man, I'm slacking. Just waiting for my new house to get built, though.
I hope to have a good 2 days in a row where I can just lock in and be like, fuck it, we're gonna draw, we're gonna get one page done, or whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna do it. Piece of shit, you know.
Beat yourself up. That's how I get motivated.
Yeah, just literally torture yourself, do it. But I burn my non-drawing hand if I don't do it adequate enough.
It starts melting away.
I got a hook. But no, I did. I did go to the thrift store and I found another of those Spider-Man animated series DVDs, which I was happy to find. So I thought I thought I completed the collection, but then I was like double checked. I'm like, nah, I didn't. I'm still missing one. I was mad.
Speaking of that, if you had watched Richard's show, like our little Stalker Swan, there's an animated series comic book out right now.
Yeah, well, if you would have watched our show, you would know that we announced the book on the show. We talked about it on the show.
And that's right, ladies and germs. I'm a mouth breather.
No, I still haven't read it yet. I still got to read it. I wanted to go back through the show. I wish that they would have done it as a show like X-Men 97 or something, but you know, fair is
Oh,
fair,
that
I
would have
guess.
been hella cool. Dude,
I mean, he's it.
that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man show just like dropped off of the face of the earth.
Well, yeah, there is news for season 2. They announced at the Comic-Con though of that show.
Well, it just went silent after it dropped.
Yeah, people were saying that too about Cape Crusader.
Yeah, it did. I did like Cape Crusader a lot though.
Yeah, but they were like talking about how because there's like they are doing a season 2 with the Joker, but they did say that was just like it was reading a thread about like how like, oh, what'd you do to get your timeline to hate you, right? And it was like this one artist who redrew Harley Quinn from that show into like proper Harley Quinn. And they were like,
Oh, yeah, I saw that
everyone gassed up that Harley Quinn, being like, oh, she's so cool, she's so different, all this. But then like that show fucking ended. She was gone. No one fan arts that Harley Quinn. No one still
No,
talks about like
yep.
she's gone, you know.
Because I kind of forgot about the show too. It's kind of hard to call it forgettable because I do remember quite a bit of it and liking a lot of it. So I mean, I don't know.
We'll see. It's just like there's a lot of that stuff now where you're just kind of like you forget, I guess, or you just you know
There's
you're
so much
into it.
content now.
Yeah, you're into it, and then it comes out, and you're like, oh yeah, cool. Like I feel like Peacemaker season 2 is going to be that pretty soon, if not for the fact that it sets up the DCU and stuff. But like, I'll tell you, like we'll skip ahead a bit, but like, I'm better about it now. But at the time, after I watched that episode, I'm like, this was a massive letdown.
What,
But
Peacemaker?
the Peacemaker finale, yeah. But it's been a bit better, like sat on it for a while, and it's like, okay, it's not as bad. But it's mainly it was used to set up. When you look at the big picture of that season, stuff that was set up at the end of the first season is dropped off screen. Because Gunn didn't become the CEO of DC Studios yet. You know, he was just like, I'm doing my own thing in the Snyderverse, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then they were like, he got a season 2, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to, you know, do stuff that I set up here, and we'll do this, you know, more of this show. But then it was like, well, I'm put in charge of DCU now. I got to set up DCU stuff. And so it was basically the whole show went to doing that. So it was like, oh, that was a little, you know, like you lost a little bit with it, because when you especially look at how rushed it all kind of comes out, it all comes across, you're like, you know, like this is a little weird.
It's kind of also kind of strange that Peacemaker's like his guy to tie everything together. I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting, but
yeah, like it makes sense because it is the show. Like it's the character from the Suicide Squad, and then like it builds into Superman, but then also according to Gunn, it doesn't. Like it does, but it's like you're not required to have seen Peacemaker to get what's happening in the next movie.
right.
I mean that makes sense. But either or, there was a couple Gunnisms that people were quick to kind of be like, okay, Gunn, this is a little much. Like he had 2
like terrible writing and
no. He had 2
stories.
like his music stuff. Like he had 2 concert segments.
Ugh. We get it. You're so hip, Gunn. You're the coolest.
Yeah, so it was a little too like, okay, we're wasting time. We finally got an hour-long episode of the show, and it was the finale, and he dedicates like probably 8 minutes to just music. And it seems cool. Like there's fun moments to be had. It's just that the ending's cool. But then in the ending comes out and he's like, well, we're not doing a season 3. So it's like, well, where are we going here, Gunn? You know?
So he's essentially, it was just like a setup then for everything.
Yeah, it's a setup for
a setup. This is what I'm asking.
It ends on the setup for the DCU arc. Like he basically has confirmed this is your Infinity War style like arc for this Gods and Monsters chapter that they're doing.
So, but is he done with Peacemaker? Is he making another like series? I guess
he might do another series. So basically, at the end of Peacemaker, all of Peacemaker and all of his friends create a new agency called Checkmate, which is from the comics, to be like the antithesis to Argus, because Argus has gone down a dark path because Rick Flag basically went crazy uncharacteristically. Like now Rick Flag Sr. now hates metahumans, and he's like, oh, we need to lock them all up, and I don't like. It's like, and people were kind of going back and forth. It's like, well, this is the guy that was hanging out with the Creature Commandos, and he was a big cool guy, he was a bro. But then also we got his back broken by Clayface, and Hawk Girl killed a man, and so it's like it kind of makes sense.
I mean, I kind of forget how he was towards them though in Creature Commandos. Wasn't he still kind of like, fuck?
He was about
kind of like
he was
standoffish?
normal. He was normal Rick Flag to them. Like, if you remember, like the second episode, like Phosphorus tries to kill him, and he like holds the detonation button. He's like, "You idiot! Like, I don't want to do this. Like I'm here against my will, just same as you. Like, I'm here because I'm ordered to. Like, and then he's like, cut the shit. And then he's kind of cool with them. But then he gets to the thing because he's big simping over the princess, and they're like, we got to kill a princess. He kind of goes against him in that way. Then he gets his back broken by Clayface, and he's written out of the show.
Damn, that happened in Creature Commandos?
Yeah.
Was that the fight in like the it was
the house?
Yeah, the house. Yeah, I was gonna say apartment, but yeah, I guess it was a house.
Yes. Swan is here. Also asked, "Where's Twinkle Toes?" I don't know. We're old. Or Twink. I believe it's Twinkle Toes, but there's no L. But Twink Toes also works.
Who's that?
That's Jesker.
Oh.
Well, no, Twink Toes is the both of you. He's Twink and you're Toes.
Okay. I'm Old Toes.
You're Old Toes. We
He's
got
Twink,
we got
I'm
Toe
Old
we got
Toes.
Toe Man. We got
We
Samurai
got Toe Man and Twink Man. Twink Man and Robin Man.
Robin Man. Why doesn't Tim ever just be Robin Man?
Tim Man.
Tim Man. Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Yep. We figured it out.
Anyway, yeah, so the Peacemaker finale, like I said, I've felt better about it in the moment. Like now after the fact, like just at watching it, it's like, this is kind of shallow, but empty. I'm not really feeling it here. But it's as it's come around. We'll talk about like once you got into like, okay, salvation, this is what salvation is. I'll explain all that when we go into it. It's like, okay, I'm okay with this setup. We'll see where this goes. So, yeah, so there's that. What else happened this week that I did? I've been going through the TMNT Cowabunga collection.
The fighters or the beat 'em ups?
The beat 'em ups, yeah. I kind of want to play all the games, but I also kind of don't. So
Did you get the one where it comes with like the ones from NES, but not the beat 'em ups, the actual like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Yeah, that's the Cowabunga.
Yeah, I played through all of them, dude. Yeah.
You did? I looked at the achievements and I was like, oh, I could probably get these achievements, but then the one is like beat Karai in Tournament Fighters, and Tournament Fighters kicked my ass, and then I beat the game, and they're like, you're not strong enough to face Karai. I'm like, what the fuck you mean I'm not strong enough to face Karai? I beat the fucking Shredder. So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, dude, they're hard. When I say play through them, I mean I played like 10 minutes of each of them. I was like, well, I'm not gonna beat this game.
Well, the beat 'em ups weren't that hard because it's just
brag about
hitting X to win. I mean, you die a lot, but you just pressing.
Oh, well, when you play it like that, yeah.
Well, you just sitting there being like, I'm gonna do what the game gives me. I'm not gonna sit and press quarter over and over again to keep going.
As a kid, that would have never been a feasible for you.
Yeah, you just needed money.
Yeah, you didn't have that many quarters to beat that
but
game.
Then when they released it under the home console,
you were a poor newsy boy. You sold shoelaces on the corner.
Yeah, you're
okay, dude.
Please, sir. Can I have
so
a
your laces look worn.
To have TMNT. I gotta beat the Krang guy. I gotta beat Krang.
He's got a brain in his belly.
Now the whole point is that you just play through the game with all the different characters, and that's really it. But no, I beat that game in like 2 hours.
Because you did it in the noob fashion.
Not really. It's part of the game. Part of the game. It's built into it.
No.
It's a built-in
Coins
mechanic.
were a finite resource.
Yeah, but you're playing the home console version of it or whatever. Like
That's not really beat.
coins are a finite resource. They just make more.
That's not real. Money's not
Look at it.
real, and the trees are people.
Well, if money's not real, then me hitting infinite quarters is all right.
Hey man, shut up, dude.
He's walking.
Shut up, man.
I
Where's
mean,
Jester, man? This jerk.
No,
Jerk
Jester would
wizard
agree with-
picking on me.
Jester would agree with me. No,
Yeah, you're right.
I beat the shred. I beat Krang in the shredder. Did you?
No, I didn't.
I sleep in a racing car. Do you?
I sleep in a big bed with my wife.
But no, I started Turtles in Time. Then I didn't get through that one yet. I left that one, but I love the save feature that they got is like really generous. Too, the save and load feature.
Oh yeah, the infinite lives wasn't generous enough for you.
Well, I mean, like, because it's like you don't have to like you can just save it and you can walk away, which is obviously like nowadays is like, well, yeah, no shit, but like for those old style games, it's like that's a big deal. But for tournament fighters especially, because tournament fighters was kicking my ass, and I needed to like. I
don't think I played that one.
That's the fighting game one, so that one's like it's not the beat 'em up.
But, I did play it. I picked like the alien thing. I played a little bit.
Yeah, I did this. I did the story mode of it, which is all just only the turtles. You got to fight through all the characters, and then at the end, it's like, because it's like you got to fight Karai, you got to go through all these other people, and then you beat it. It's like you're not strong enough. And then I looked it up, and they're like, no, you got to play it on like the 8th hardest difficulty, and Karai is like impossible, and good luck. And it's like, no, I don't think I need this achievement that badly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I suck at fighting games as is, so no, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not very good either, but I love Mortal Kombat and fucking Tekken and Street Fighter.
But they also have the rewind mechanic too. That's built in too.
That never existed.
So like you can hold down left trigger and it rewinds 10 seconds up to 10 seconds back. So if you got hit, you can rewind it. Oh,
I thought it was infinite.
No, it's only up to 10
It's
seconds.
just 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So that is cool.
Yeah, so it's like if you something, especially in the fighting game, because it's like
the difficulty of those old games like Castlevania and shit like that become non-existent with that type of shit.
Yeah, but with home consoles, I'd be like, yeah, okay, these shouldn't like. I'm willing to battle it because this is like they sent this to you. You could buy the cartridge. You were meant to beat it at your house, right? If it's an arcade machine, it's like, no, you're meant to throw money into this thing.
Yeah.
They're meant to scam you. That's why I'm like, I don't care if I do the infinite quarter thing because like you are doing this with me in mind that I'm going to throw a bunch of quarters into this machine.
Yeah, true.
So it's
like, I
mean,
for any game, whatever, put it in there.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool feature too, but I just think it removes the difficulty because the whole point for those
but the
games
difficulty is artificially
you have to, like,
yeah.
Well,
it's artificially inflated, so it's like we gotta.
I think the beat 'em ups for sure, especially the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones, because some of those like attacks the bosses do, I'm like, how the fuck are you even supposed to dodge any of this, or how it's like ridiculous.
There's no block button, there's no dodge button. It's literally just stand there and hit them before they.
I just have to hopefully move slowly out of the way and not get hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's the rock guys from Dimension X. They literally stun lock you. Like they'll sit there and beat you until you die. And the only way to survive the attack is to die because when you come back, you have like the invincibility frames. So it's literally a battle of just dying and getting like 4 or 5 hits in and dying again sometimes. Like that's just how they're like, yeah, throw quarters in, loser.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it was like, no, like you're not playing by rules. I'm not gonna play by yours. I will say that Turtles in Time, the second one, the health is a lot. You have a much larger health pool as a base. So it's like, it's much more fair. And I can see why I think Turtles in Time is people's like favorite. So like, that makes a lot of sense.
That's a beat 'em up?
Yeah, that's like the sequel to the beat 'em up. It's like the second beat 'em up. It expands on, it pretties it all up. They do all different stuff with that. So
they're both dope though.
They are. But then because I want to play Shredder's Revenge, but I was like, well, I have both of these, so I'll play the originals and I'll play Shredder's Revenge. And because Cosmic Invasion is coming out, and I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's made by the same.
Oh, when is that coming out?
I don't know if we have a date on that yet.
I need it. I need it in my loins.
Next week we'll have some Marvel talk, or not Marvel talk, video game talk, where like I'm putting all the movies in this one and all the games next one. It says 2025, so maybe it's gonna come out winter. Huh.
I'll be fucking lovely.
I just had a behind the scenes and fan fest, so yeah, maybe it is this year. Find out.
I would fucking love that. There's been a bunch of games coming out that I'm like interested in, but nothing that's like super on my radar. But that looks awesome.
Yeah, that one's definitely gonna be a grab for me. Ghost of Yotoi, I thought would be it, but I still just haven't like been like, yeah, let's like. I haven't seen amazing things from it. I'm assuming it's good. I mean, I've seen grifters hate it, but you know they hate everything. But you know, it's just there's nothing that I'm like. If it wasn't, I think if it wasn't for AC Shadows boring me to death, that I wouldn't want it. You know, like because it's like I just played the stealthy / actiony samurai ninja game in feudal Japan. With you know, like I just played that. Ubisoft put it out and bored me. You know, so
yeah. Yeah, that would definitely leave a bad taste in your mouth. Ninja Gaiden 4 is actually on my radar too a little bit.
Yeah.
And there were some games that I were excited about that came out kind of recently, but then I was kind of disappointed by them. They weren't the greatest. Like, Titanic Scion, but yeah, anyway, go ahead.
With those turtle games, you know, and it did kind of like because I've been kind of a turtle fan, but not really. You know, like you grow up at the
I like turtles.
Growing up in the 2000s with Ninja Turtles, it was a good time because you had that reboot in 2004, but you also just had like everything that came before. You know, so it's like we had the original cartoon, you had the movies, you know, and
yeah, it's got a lot of
but it
content.
Still wasn't like Turtle Mania. It kind of had died out, you know, at that time. But you know,
it's crazy. It's back around again, man.
Yeah, it always comes back. There's like they always come back. But it is funny going back and now it's like it's made me kind of rewatch the old shows that I used to watch. So I was like, oh, I'll go rewatch those shows. And rewatched a couple episodes, and it's like, yeah, like it's funny just especially because I had it like on a VHS and I'd rewatch it over and over again. So that's all I had of the show. And then it's funny just when you're like, man, I had this kind of like locked in the back of my memory for decades, but it's probably 20 years since I probably watched that. And it's just
it's been forever.
But like I can kind of still remember it. Like remember this episode.
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon?
Yeah, like the original one.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces, but I know I used to love that shit, dude. And I just kind of fell out of love with them. But yeah. I do want to get some of their like The Last Ronin and some of their I hope they reprint like all the earlier shit.
I think they've by this point.
Yeah, because I know it's like way grittier and darker than the cartoon.
Yeah. It was like a parody of Daredevil too back then.
Oh, really? That's cool.
But yeah, have you ever noticed that they fight the Foot Clan?
Oh yeah, the hand.
It's the hand, right? And like literally their origin is
toxic waste. Yeah,
a truck with toxic waste falls off a truck. And in that, I think it's the original story, or it's like one of the ones they did later, but it's the original story. You see, also there was a kid that got hit in the eyes by the ooze, but don't worry about that. Like that, like so, it's like the same truck that blinds Daredevil is the same truck that gives them their powers.
That's cool.
And the Teenage Mutant Turtles have like not crossed over with Marvel, I don't think once.
That'll be a really cool crossover too.
They cross over DC a lot, but never Marvel.
That works more with Daredevil than it does Batman.
Yeah, Daredevil and the Punisher and the Turtles would be great. This is where my father died, Raphael.
Oh, that'd be a cool tattoo. Raphael and Daredevil fucking whooping ass.
There you go. You got room somewhere?
Yep, I still got my whole back and chest.
Just right. Big, huge back tattoo. Hand Ninjas, Foot Clan, Raphael.
That would be
Daredevil.
sick, dude. Because I love Daredevil and I love Raphael. Raphael is my favorite turtle. And Daredevil probably might be my favorite Marvel character.
I mean, let's be honest. If you're a fan of the Turtles, you like Raphael. Like Raphael's your favorite. If Raphael is not your
Batman.
favorite, if Raphael's not your favorite turtle, like come on.
It's either like Raphael or Michelangelo.
Like Michelangelo is cool, but he's cool. Like Raphael's cool, but he's rude. You know, Michelangelo, he's a party dude. You know, but no, like Raphael is just the best. Like he's got the best weapons.
No, dude.
Best personality.
The nunchucks are the coolest one.
No, like because the size work only for Raphael because their turtle hands are big enough and they got the two fingers that he can put them in his fists and punch with the fucking size out. Like Electra can't do that. Her hands are too small.
I always thought they were kind of lame. I don't know. They're cool, but they're kind of, I don't know. They're not my favorite.
That's what I'm saying. If he holds them in his hand, okay, yeah. But when he puts them in his fist to like punch with claws, it's like they're really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
That's a Raphael only he can do that. And the size as a weapon historically can break swords. So like when Leo like grabs the swords, he can snap them, you know, like. Then Mikey, they tried to give him like the not the kunai, but like the long chain with like the blade on the end.
Yeah, nah, bro. He needs.
Yeah, it's like you gotta give him just the nunchucks. But no, I
was always a fan of the staff, bro.
I was gonna say the least has got to be Donnie, but you're saying like
I like the staff.
You're saying Donnie's 3 and Leo's 4.
Oh, and there's another masculine character who wears purple, Leonardo, the leader of the team. Have you seen that debate going on Twitter?
What is
with the color purple about some character? The color purple not being masculine for a comic book hero.
But you said that Leonardo wears purple.
Oh shit, Donatello. Yeah, you're right. I did say Leonardo.
Yeah, I was like, you confused me. I was like, what? I thought you were.
Mm-hmm. It's a new show, baby. You gotta be on your toes.
But in no show ever is Leonardo in purple. That's when they would like in the cartoon.
Leonardo in purple.
Well, they used to all be in red or whatever.
Yeah, it was all red originally. I just found that out like a couple days ago.
Yeah, they had an action figure of it. I remember at my local Walmart that was been like on clearance forever and no one wants it. It's the original like Eastman and Laird turtles.
Damn, they were all Raphael's originally. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're white with the red mask, and they're all broody. Yeah,
all brooded in different corners of the house.
But no, yeah, I like definitely Raphael's the favorite, and then Leo. I would say Donnie's the least, but only because in a lot of years they kind of just don't know what to do with Donnie.
Because Leonardo and Donnie kind of blend together. They're both kind of the intellectual leader almost. And
yeah,
Michelangelo and Raphael definitely have two distinct like personalities.
Yeah, with Leo, they definitely made him more of like the spiritual martial art guy. Especially if you watch the 2011 show, the Nickelodeon one, the CGI one, they did a lot to like really separate them by not going. The weirdest thing they did was make Donnie in love with April. Though that was weird.
Oh, get that out of here! It's either Raphael or none of them.
Raphael to be in love with April. You're okay with that one?
Well, it's Casey Jones at the end of the day.
It's Casey Jones, exactly.
But I mean, that's the love triangle. It's Raphael, Casey Jones, and April.
I don't know if I've seen Raphael April as a thing.
I thought the first live action one kind of played with that a little bit.
Well, I
could be mistaken.
I haven't seen the actual movies.
What?
Way longer. Like I saw.
Oh, you have seen them though.
I saw I think 1 and 2. I didn't see the crappy time travel one. that people don't like.
You know, it'd
'cause
be
I
a
think I
fun. Usually, got to see those, and we could do a tier list of like comic book movies with like the characters wear prosthetic effects, like Swamp Thing, the original Swamp Thing by Wes Craven that came out like '79 or the
That would be
'80s.
that'd be very hard to do because there's a lot of prosthetics in superhero movies.
Well, we could,
Up
yeah,
to a
dude.
point.
We could just make our own list and then just
I was
like
gonna say we just watch everything Turtles and do like a Turtles thing.
Secret of the Ooze is the best movie ever made.
That's the one with the girl turtle. That was a TV show.
No,
That's the
Secret of the
second
Ooze is
one.
where your boy Kevin Nash
Yeah,
is Super Shredder
Super
at the end of the
Shredder.
movie.
yeah. It was the first one is when Shredder falls off the roof. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Secret of
remember
Ooze
the
is
second one way more than the
Second
first one.
Well, I
But-
think Secret of the Ooze was the one where they didn't actually get to fight
Who?
the turtles.
They were fighting that whole movie.
No, it was like it's one of them where they'd be the mandate was they couldn't fight, kick, or hit with weapons, something like that. So they like dodge and like the goons
Oh.
like trip and fall and crap like that.
Bro, you know what's so heartbreaking about that fact? Watch that Your Beloved Spider-Man 94 again, and you will see it has that same exact problem. So
It is.
mostly
Yep.
everything is Spider-Man just throwing people. I
Yep.
watched that and through that scope, and I'm like, man, this is kind of lame.
Mhm.
Because Batman,
Yeah.
he in the animated series, they got away with a lot, but one of their ways, they just figured out ways around that, and I think they were allowed to just show Batman like punching people in the face.
Yeah, they were allowed to do punching. Yeah. The only thing that Bruce Timm said. So like, if you watch the documentary about the making of the animated series, they talk about how like, they were allowed to like get away with a lot because their standards and practices for Fox was just literally like loved the idea of the show and had a lot of like trust in what they were building at the
Mhm.
time, and so let them get away with a lot. And then they were like, what Bruce Timm said they weren't allowed to use. They couldn't show nudity. They couldn't show blood. They couldn't have strangulation. They couldn't have glass breaking.
Really?
So yeah, those were like the
There's all
rules. They
kinds
were
of
endless.
glass breaking.
There was I think the glass breaking was one of them, or they couldn't have like someone jump through a window or something like that. But they fixed that later, I think, with New Batman Adventures. But they did whatchamacallit. They in Mask of the Phantasm, they said that they made it a point to do all what they couldn't do, which was the strangulation, the blood, stuff like that. Like, I think the glass breaking, they wanted to do it all. So
Yeah, they went balls to the walls with that shit too, because the whole climax is just like
hello, Cynic.
glass
Nice
exploding.
background. Yeah, we got new background and new bunch of other stuff.
And we got rid of that old clown Jesker. No more of him.
He's down. He's actually down here right now in the street.
He's actually our producer, our sweatshop boy, we call him.
Yeah, and he's toiling him away in the.
He's all he's got a big hunch in his back now from working so hard for us.
He's ringing the bells of Notre Dame as we
Yeah.
speak. Anyway, well, he's gonna miss the DCU discussion, but that's all right. Because DCU has introduced their new plot, which is Salvation, which is based on a DC plot, comic book plot that is so obscure I never had heard about it and needed the internet to
I
tell me.
haven't heard about it either.
Basically, from what I've gathered and from what is adapted in the show, so I'll go with what happens in the show. And that's, we see obviously in the first season that Chris has this quantum unfolding chamber, which is this like dimensional gateway. And then they introduce in this season that there's actually like multiple different universes inside inside that gateway. That's like different doors you can open up and travel through. And then they basically Chris gives that away to Argus. And then so Argus then, like, Rick Flag Sr. gets this idea. He's like, hey, we need to find a habitable spot somewhere, right? So then they go through and they throw all these agents at all these different doors, killing a lot of them, and then they finally find it, this like big open field with all this stuff, and he like gets the approval from Congress or whatever, and he's like, all right, we call it Project Salvation. So we're gonna send all the metahumans here. we send all the metahumans here, and we're gonna like put them in here so they can't get out and they can't hurt anyone. They're just gonna be here. And then at the end of the episode, he sends Peacemaker through it, even though Peacemaker has been basically cleared of his crimes, but didn't have a trial, but and is not a metahuman. But Rick Flag hates him because he killed his son, and so he throws him in the field, and then he's like, "All right, you're gone." And then he the door disappears as he runs through it like this. And then at the end, we hear a roar in the distance. So it turns out that the salvation is not as safe as was originally thought. And then the show ends. That's how the show ends, because there is no Peacemaker season 3. So it's just like all right, that's how it ends.
Yeah, Syndicate has a good point. All I'm really seeing is like a door in a field, a door that's on fire in a field.
That's what salvation is. It's a door in a field. Do you not been paying attention?
That's right.
So anyway, so basically the plot of the Salvation comic book run is that it's the same thing. It's only as Waller.
What does it run through? Like Justice League or Suicide Squad, or
it's Justice League Salvation, I believe, or it's just like a mini run. Like it's just literally, I think, like 5 issues or something. Let me look it up.
I'm not.
And yes, Cynic, I did get the joke. My people invented the joke. The wrestling fans invented the can't see the fucking.
You fucking mark.
There you go. I'm gonna look up something. So, it was crazy because it was just like, oh, he's adapting this story that, like, I think a lot of people pretended to know. And it was like, oh, it's this thing, and it's like, so it's
You'd be better off just making new material, because there's really not a lot of great Suicide Squad
7-issue
stories out there.
Well, that's what people said is this story. They're like, by the way, this story sucked, but really, it's a matter of like, yeah, the story can suck, but it's what you do with it that can make it good. Yeah, 2007, 2008, it was 7 issues. Here he is.
Yo, my internet was fucking up.
What's up, Jessica Flames?
Likely story.
I
got him.
Fuck you. I couldn't get on YouTube. I couldn't get on anything, bro.
YouTube was fucked for everyone.
YouTube did have a glitch
YouTube was fucked for everyone because I couldn't get it on my phone, and then I got home and I couldn't get anything to work.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I found out what it was, and it turns out my VPN was fucking up.
Who you trying to hide from, Justin?
Listen, man, I got a lot of enemies out there, man. All right. One of them's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah. He's all of our arch nemesis. But hold on. Stop the presses here. What did Summer Swan just say? What did she just say? What?
No,
what did she
don't
say?
Worry about that. Don't worry about that.
What did she say? What did she say?
Don't worry about that.
Show the world.
No.
I'm bleeding from my nose.
No, it's not we gotta wait.
My nose bleed.
Anyway, so Jessica, we were just talking about the ending of Peacemaker and how it set up Salvation, the confirmed by James Gunn to be the next arc, or the first arc in the DCU.
What the fuck is Salvation?
So,
exactly.
As I just explained, at the end of
It's
Peacemaker,
something I dearly need.
Rick Flag gets a dimensional doorway from Chris that he uses. They go through all the dimensions. They find an empty field, like perfectly livable area, and he says that they're going to use it to basically shove all the metahumans into like be a prison. Basically, we're going to shove all the metahumans in here so they can't hurt nobody. They can just live over here and they'll be fine. So
is Lex Luthor doing this?
So Lex Luthor is a part of it because, like, as we talked about, he came over, he's helping him. But in the end, they had like all of his boys helping him out and stuff, and kind of like gassing Rick Flag up to be like, yeah, you can do this, is great. And so that's basically like it's his kind of like he's working with Rick Flag basically to do this, but he basically says like we call it salvation. We're gonna send all the metahumans here, and then at the end he sends Chris and then closes the door behind him because they can just basically choose when and where the door will appear. And strands him on the dimension, and then that's where the whole show ends because there is no Peacemaker season 3. Yeah, and then this is as we talk about, an adaptation of the Salvation Run, which is in a very obscure DC story from 2007-2008, where the same thing. Amanda Waller basically finds a planet called Salvation, not a universe, but a planet where they dump all of the metahumans at. But once the metahumans get there, they find out that this is actually a training ground for apocalypse soldiers. So
they got to work that up. They got to fix that.
Is this setting up? I mean, if it's apocalypse soldiers, are they setting up Darkseid?
Well, that's so basically if you go based upon what is presented here in the idea that it is an adaptation of this story, then you're like most likely getting Darkseid. But someone had an interesting theory. So at the end of the season, it ends with like Chris hearing like roaring in the distance, and then you're like, oh, then they're like actually like there's it's not as safe as was originally expected, right? And so what someone's guessing or hoping that they do is a combination of the New Frontier and Salvation. The New Frontier is I believe Darwin Cook drew it.
Darwin Cook's cool.
It's like the 60s, it's like the 40s and 50s DC going into the 60s, and basically it forms the Justice League to fight Dinosaur Island, which is a massive island of dinosaurs that is controlled by a like thing called the Center. If you watch the New Frontier movie, it's great, but it goes through the whole story basically. So basically someone's theorizing that they're combining Dinosaur Island with Salvation, and
I don't really want to see that.
Homie, pause. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, no thanks.
What do you mean?
No,
I
mean
want any of that story.
Do you know how convoluted this shit sounds?
So I'm just saying that it's like there's precedent set. Now, we're not saying that they're not doing it. I'm just saying it's there. But what we do know is that this is the confirmed next step in the story. I have it here. Yeah, Lanterns is connected to Salvation storyline from Peacemaker. Gunn says Lanterns is very connected to all that. It may not seem like it, but it's all very connected. So that, like, Lanterns it'll be our next step. Early 2026 for that. And that will basically be like the setup to where we're going, with all that.
Where are we going?
I'm kind of interested in Lanterns. I'm kind of interested to see how that turns out.
That's the thing, Jessica. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what is Salvation going to bring us Darkseid? Are we doing Dinosaur Island instead? Like Baki says, let him cook.
I mean, look, man, I'm gonna let him cook. I mean, he won me over with Superman, but at the same time, man, it's
but wait till you see Peacemaker season 2.
Was it bad?
Peacemaker season 2 finale is at 6.9 on IMDb, lowest in the entire series.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, in classic James Gunn fashion, it has a 6.9 though. Huh? 69.
Since when did you become a boomer?
Ever since James Gunn did.
So
that doesn't even work. But hold on, let's give him. Hold on,
neither does James Gunn. No,
don't reward him. So
I'll be back in a minute.
I am so confused right now. What's the plan here? Because I mean, like this whole thing was called this whole phase is called Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters. Yep.
So I thought we were going to start off being a little more down to earth, and then we were going to like build up to the cosmic stuff and dark side and everything. I'm trying to picture a map in my head of where this is going, and I'm having a really difficult time.
There's massive gaps. Like he literally this Salvation thing, it also comes out of nowhere in the finale. Like literally comes out of nowhere. This was the whole thing he was being cagey about. He was like, "Oh, I can't say what it is because I'm not even going to show people the episode because I don't want it to leak out." And no, it's something no one's done, which is true. No one has touched this. No TV show that I have seen in the entire nearly 20 years since this, comic was introduced. No one's touched this.
I've never even heard of it.
Like, exactly. So yeah, crazy.
So should we be concerned?
I don't think so. I think that it's mainly just like we'll see what we get. Like it's just mainly just like we're gotta let them cook. Like it's just the fact that it's interesting is what it's just like the fact that we don't know is what makes it interesting.
I guess, but it also makes me nervous because I mean, like going into like during phase 1, we kind of knew at a certain point, okay, this is gonna have the Avengers come together. Loki is gonna be the big bad of the first film, and fairly early on, we started to get the sense that eventually this whole overarching story was leading up to Thanos. But
you got the idea once they had the Thanos appear, and then the stones, and
right.
For people who knew, if you didn't know, then you didn't really know where it was going.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. If you were a casual, you weren't a comic fan. Yeah, that's true. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so we got this whole salvation thing going on over here, which is possibly leading up to Darkseid, apparently. But then we also have what is most likely going to be Brainiac with the Superman stuff. And I'm just looking at all the different threads here, and I'm just wondering, at which point do the threads intersect and combine together to give us our big, Justice League story? How is this all connected?
Don't worry. If James Gunn is writing it, it'll end terribly. So don't worry. Don't worry about that.
He made a
Feel
great
safe in knowing.
You keep
Feel
doing
safe
that,
in knowing what will happen.
He made a great Superman film. I give him the benefit of the doubt until he proves me wrong. I'm just saying, like, maybe when this is all done playing out, I'm going to look at it and be like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. This made perfect fucking sense. But right now I'm looking at it, and in my own head, I can't map this out as to where it's going.
Well, also isn't... Go ahead, Wiz.
Well, to say what's happening, Jessica, is you're dumping out the puzzle pieces onto the table, and you're just looking at the pile like, how's this going to all come together? But then what's going to happen is it's going to come together. You're going to see the big picture and be like, I see now.
Now, that may very well be true. I don't doubt that. But at the same time, I'm just looking at it right now, and I'm a little anxious to start trying to put the pieces together.
Yeah. Well, isn't really Superman and I guess Creature Commandos and what were we just talking about? Peacemaker. Those are really the only three, like, I guess, quote unquote, chapters in the DCU right now, right?
Suicide Squad original.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
Creature
4
Commandos,
chapters deep.
Blue Beetle.
Ooh.
But Blue Beetle was retroactively added in.
Bringing the Snyder stuff or stuff that we thought was Snyder. Mm, I don't know, man. Because
Really, Peacemaker season 2 was definitely like was the actual like this is setting up the wider, because Superman sets up itself, like it sets up its sequel.
Yeah.
And it shows the Justice League and it shows that, but it's definitely like what path are we gonna go down? That finale is what does it.
Yeah, that's the problem with this kind of storytelling. You just start creating plots just to move something else forward.
All right, so let's go to the George R. Martin.
Yeah, so this
School
was
of
back
Writing.
when he. No, literally, this is the George R. R. Martin School of Writing. The series was based on a pitch by George R. R. Martin, who wrote a letter.
Folks, that was not intentional, but I'm gonna take credit for it anyways.
Holy shit, Jessica!
Because if you go back and look at like old comics, he would used to write into like their letters columns and stuff. So I think he pitched an idea into the books and stuff.
That's pretty cool, actually. I'm not a huge George R. R. Martin fan, but that's pretty cool that he read comics like that.
What kind of storyteller do we think James Gunn is? Is he the Gardner type, or
he's not a very good one?
Or does he? This guy, man, I say fucking hate in this man's soul.
Salt of the earth.
It's unreal. So, do we think like James Gunn's a Gardner type of writer, or does he plan everything out?
I think he's definitely planned it out. Like I think he definitely, especially this arc with Salvation and where that's going to go. And I don't know if he's like, if he knows, I don't know if he has an end point where he's like, now we're going to end it with Batman Beyond fucking something or other. Right, we're gonna end it there, but
I think he like individual franchises. I think he might. I don't even know if he planned out Guardians of the Galaxy except for each movie separately, really. So I think he might be a little bit of both.
Stray Beans is here. Hello, Stray Beans.
What's up, bro?
I think he had Guardians like in his head figured out, but 3 was definitely because remember, the Russos fucked him on Guardians because they killed off Gamora.
Right.
And so he had to completely like throw up the script and remake a new thing. And that's the same thing. He fucked himself with Peacemaker because I was talking about earlier that a lot of the stuff they set up in season 1 just was handled off screen, never brought up, whatever, because he was just like, oh, I'm just doing a show based in the Snyderverse. And then it was like, well, now I have to do a DCU show where I'm going to use it to set up everything else. I'm going to, so he made 2 completely different shows basically in that way. Or he went in with 2 different ideas and like 2 different methods of creating.
Oh, this seems so chaotic.
Stray Bean says this will never happen. I hope Gunn brings the Snyderverse actors back for a Kingdom Come movie.
Oof, that would be cool. Way too old by then.
This feels chaotic to me.
Well, again, because the puzzle pieces are on the table. They're not put together yet. Got to just see. We got to when Lanterns comes out, we'll be able to see what it is they're cooking and where everything is going to go. And same thing with Supergirl. Like we have here, James Gunn had a quote that Supergirl is a space adventure. Quote, it's like Guardians.
Yeah, I figured that. Like, you're going to have her and Lobo out in space. And Lobo is going to be the big bad of that film. But there's going to be stuff there. And there's probably going to be an end credit scene. It's going to set up Brainiac. And, I mean, that's kind of what I was assuming. And I thought, okay, well, so Brainiac's going to be the big bad of Gods and Monsters, But now we got Darkseid set up. And it's,
possible Darkseid setup. So what was interesting seeing these Snyder fans kind of like going back and forth on this, because a lot of them were like, what? So so they originally said like Salvation's lame because it's not Darkseid. Like the Snyderverse had Darkseid, right? Everyone's like, well, actually, Salvation is connected to Darkseid because of this, that, the other thing. And they're like, so what? He's just doing Darkseid again? And then it's like, well, wait, like, what are you upset about? He was mad
we have to get Darkseid eventually. Like Darkseid is like when you think of big bad DC villains, like
he's really like
Darkseid's the face.
League's,
like he's the face of that.
Yeah. But
did people think that just because Snyder wanted to do Darkseid that Gunn was never gonna do Darkseid. That's stupid.
Or they're also like, he'll never be as good as Snyder's Darkseid. And it's like Snyder's Darkseid was in the movie for all of
We don't know what Snyder's
Exactly.
Darkseid was
And
gonna be like. What the
honestly,
fuck?
I think Steppenwolf looked way cooler than his Darkseid. Darkseid was
Yeah,
kind of meh.
his
We have-
Darkseid looked weird.
His
We have
head was like
no
too big.
fucking idea what Snyder's Darkseid was gonna be like. What the fuck are people talking about?
And really, Darkseid's not that interesting to me. He's kind of just like an omnipotent fucking destroyer.
DCAU did Darkseid really well because they didn't make him omnipotent. They made him just like a super powerful alien.
Kal-El.
I mean, yeah, that's what he
Darkseid
kind of
alien.
is. He's like Thanos without the gauntlet, basically.
Darkseid is OPAF. Yeah, he is. You just gotta,
Dude, how can you not love Darkseid though? I mean, that fucking origin, Kal-El, here I
Yeah,
am
I have
God.
many things, Kal-El, but here I
mean-
am God.
It's like
That's the last line of the Superman cartoon. It ends there.
Oh shit, this motherfucker is a badass. Let's go. Like
He's a
fucking
classic
hell.
villain for sure. I just think there's more interesting villains, and I mean, honestly, it's no fault of the Justice League. They just really haven't made that many outstanding, like, overarching Justice League villains.
Well, because they're not really like the Justice League. Their method is more like, let's make, like, we're gonna fight. We're gonna have like our villains from our stories fight the Justice League now, and then if like if it's someone like
yeah, it's mostly Superman villains are like the big
Superman
bads
villains,
of Justice
yeah.
League.
And then if they make someone, it's like a Starro. Starro was a Justice League villain, right?
Right.
Or like Despero and like stuff like that.
But see, I mean, really, when you think about it, like, let's go back to Avengers 1. Like, Loki wasn't really an Avengers villain. He was a Thor villain, but they turned him into a bigger threat and made him an Avengers villain.
But he was the original Avengers villain, wasn't he?
He
Other
was
than the
first
Hulk.
Yeah, he was the first Avengers villain. Because he was mind controlling the Hulk to
Mhm.
fight them.
Yeah, but I mean, he was more direct in the movie, is the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying like that, like he's the villain of the. Yeah, as Swan points out, you're nipotent. That's terrible. which is a Friends reference. I recognize the Friends reference right away.
I'm
you
gonna,
gay woman.
I'm so sorry, Swan, and I'm sorry, Wizard. I never got into Friends. I never.
Thank you.
I never.
I was-
understood.
Only ever
Friends
watched it if it was with like a girlfriend.
Friends was
Never-
forced upon me as a child.
I never understood the craze behind it. I was just like, and I tried watching some of it like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm just like,
It's humorous.
this kind of drags, and I don't really find this to be funny.
It's
Depends on what season you were on, because if you're in like 1 through 5, those are like the golden
Yeah.
times.
It was
Yeah,
okay.
after they became like really big stars and everything, and it was like they didn't know where to take storylines, they didn't know what to do with the characters and stuff. Especially season 1 and 2 were like the best because they were just normal ass people hanging out in New York. Then it became like they kind of got like a little cartoony, a little too fantastical in a way.
I probably wasn't in the right age range for Friends because I was a kid in the 90s. So, like, this idea of a group of like young adults hanging out and doing like adult things didn't really, I didn't jive with it. Whereas I found something like, I don't know, like I found something like King of the Hill to be just, I fucking loved King of the Hill growing up. Like that shit was great. And it's the same thing. Like when people talk about Seinfeld, man, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I've tried watching it. I'm like, this is really fucking dry.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Dude, in hot take, bro, I feel the same way about King of the Hill. I really never got the hype for that show.
What?
Never got the hype. I mean, I get it, but
How
it's
could you even say that?
It's
Couldn't
whatever,
get
man.
couldn't get into it. It insists upon itself.
King of the Hill's fucking hilarious.
I wouldn't even say it insists upon itself. I just don't think that it's that funny as people make it out to be, man.
The language they're speaking is subtlety, something you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I mean
No.
it's subtle humor, but it's more
Does
down
nobody
to-
get what I'm referencing?
No.
No.
What are you referencing?
No, it's the scene from Family Guy where Peter talks about he didn't care for the Godfather.
Oh,
It's like it's become a meme. It's be resurfaced as a meme on Twitter, but it's like
well, I mean,
language they're speaking is subtle.
speaking of which, like obviously, like King of the
That's how I
Hill's not
feel
gonna-
about condoms. Stray beans can't get into condoms.
Yeah, I don't like condoms.
Yeah, they
either.
suck.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
I
won't do
enjoyed
it
all of
if
I
they're
enjoyed all
forced
of those a
upon me.
lot. Seinfeld, King of the Hill.
me and my cousins prefer to raw dog. I mean, my former
Hey, man.
lovers.
Free country, brother.
That shut up, Snowman. Don't encourage me. Anyways,
There's a special.
Tell me more.
that is some grimy ass shit to use my favorite series against me like that.
You dare use my own spell.
You dare use my own spell against me, wizard.
It's actually you dare to use my own spell. Actually,
Oh, look, fucking grammar Nazi.
it's hey, gotta get the quote correct for
There's
the.
nothing wrong with correcting someone or being corrected.
Yeah, like how I'm going to correct you about King of the Hill.
Let's
What? It's his
those are
opinion. There's nothing
subjective
wrong-
opinions.
There's nothing wrong with his
I
opinion about King of the Hill.
don't fucking believe in those.
No matter how wrong it may be, we cannot.
I'm allowed to have it.
I
It's
don't
allowed to have
fucking look. People say that opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Guess what? I don't believe in assholes either. I've never seen an asshole in anybody. I've never seen
I
my
haven't
own.
even seen my own.
I've never seen my own asshole. You can't prove to me that they exist.
Yeah, women don't have buttholes ever. Not seen one.
All of my stuff comes out of one hole like I'm a bird.
It
I just ooze it out.
it just
secrete it out of my
magically appears
pores.
there in the toilet. That's it.
You pray it away.
It's
You
got a lot
pray
of
it
fiber.
away.
Jessica eats a lot of fiber. That's all those apples.
I can pray the shit away. Okay.
Anyway, moving on to the Marvel news. I don't know if you saw, but Wonderman got some marketing push done to it.
Who gives a flying rat's
Wonder
fuck
Man?
about Wonder Man?
Wonderman does.
Well, I will
whatever
say
Wonder Woman
that they
can't.
kind of got me intrigued with it. So, of course, they're redoing the classic Wonder Man movie. They're remaking it. You know, you get the original poster, the classic 80s story. Everyone remembers it.
I don't at all.
Yeah.
They
Whoa! What the fuck is
they
that?
got the director talking about the idea of remaking Wonder Man, you know, and
We are all tired of superhero. We live with them every day, and why go see them in the cinema? But for me, the Wonder Man story spoke to me on a very deep level, and
yeah, so
there is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling. We are all tired.
The whole
Get in line.
genre of storytelling.
Get in line, brother.
Whoa.
so
That's a
you know,
big claim, buddy.
I'm already doing that.
this is the first teaser they had released. Oops, wrong one.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for his first franchise film and remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I know your question is why one more superhero film, man? Everyone is tired of superheroes. Why go see them in the cinema? Wonder Man spoke to me on a deep level. There is an opportunity to shock audiences.
Holy shit.
to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you given any thought about casting?
So basically, and we have the longer trailer as well. But Wonderman is a commentary on making superhero movies in a world of superhero fatigue. But the idea is the superhero fatigue in this world is that superheroes are everywhere. So why bother making superhero movies? But they're using it as a commentary on our world because we have superhero fatigue, because no one cares about superhero movies, at least when this film was in production. It's still in shaky ground right now. But so yes, as Stray Beans pointed out, that director was actually the villain, the Gurkos from Superman. If you did recognize
shit.
Oh, evil dictator dude.
Yeah, if you did, like, you fell for it. You thought it was the actual director talking about the movie.
It's an interesting premise.
Yeah, so here's the actual trailer. It's a pretty long one. It's actually pretty interesting. Like, I'm kind of interested in it.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonderman. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. There is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonderman.
Did you hear about Wonderman? I need to be in this movie.
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Are you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
No, that's not my process.
Well, the process can go.
Oh, it's your boy, bro. He's back.
Yes. We were saying that
He is a terrorist.
When you were saying like Mandarin and Wonder earlier, I was like, oh, we got some Wonder Mandarin news.
Oh shit, dude. I'm a prophet.
I am glad they brought him back, but without that stupid spirit dog from Shang-Chi, though.
He was in Shang-Chi?
Yeah, he was in Shang-Chi, if you didn't know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that the Mandarin from Shang-Chi, like the true Mandarin, kidnaps him, which we see in the end of his one-shot story, and is for, like, besmirching his name, and he, like, makes him, like, put on, like, plays or stuff. He keeps him prisoner or whatever, but yeah, and then they break out, and he goes to Chinese Wakanda, and he gets a magical spirit dog. It's kind of dumb, but they did bring him back for that. Stray Bean says superhero movies are great when they're self-referential and treat everything like a big joke. Especially like, so the thing is, so far with this, like Wonder Man is nobody. Like no one's really a Wonder Man fan. Correct. Very few people have heard of him. Wonder Man's big contribution is having part of his brain go into vision. Like if you don't know, comic book Vision uses part of Wonder Man's brain to become the Vision, and then he's just fucking dead. Like,
I've heard of his sister, Wonder Woman.
Exactly, right? Like everyone's like, there's a Wonder Man, you know? It's like, it's one word. Wonderman. We got Wonderman.
Yeah, dude. See, Stan Lee, dude. He's the creator of everything.
Stan Lee's gone?
In there, bro.
Where have I seen him before?
Where have you been?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist. Next! You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonderman.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal.
Well, people also thought that there was going to be a commentary on like race swaps and how it's like, well, you don't fit the role of Wonder Man because you're a black guy, but they're just blowing right past that. Like, nope, not doing that. It was good because that would have really preached and really dumb.
That would have dragged.
Yeah,
and we've been there 1,000 million times before.
Yeah, and it just would have been a retread of the plot from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
They ought to have Nerdrotic cameo on this. Hi, I'm Nerdrotic.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell
honestly,
you that Marvel is dead and Disney is
honestly, if they
still
have
dead.
some type of parody of a grifter like that, it'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Disney is dead. Marvel
Like
is
what?
up in
Like
flames.
what's with this production company doing a
sold
Wonder
crack.
Man remake?
I sold crack to kids in the 90s. Wait a minute. No. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
It didn't happen. I do like the actor though. Like I,
It was the
you know,
80s.
Go method. Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
So you are here to meet Von Kovac?
Hello, everyone.
I want to explore the place between fiction and non-fiction.
That's tight.
We are going to make the last movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another. And action!
Any news from Von Kovac?
There is news you'll be the first to know, unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
January 27th on Disney Plus. And then there's a photo here that seems it's it'll be from the Hollywood Reporter, but it's not. Hollywood experiencing superhero fatigue. It's time to hang up the capes. Which, if you remember, Hollywood Reporter was the one that broke that story about MCU like failing and all like their internal like staff problems they were having and all that. So Disney was like, yeah, kind of fuck you, Hollywood Reporter. Like let's use you back for marketing.
Get fucked, Hollywood Reporter, you piece of shit.
So yeah, so it's pretty. It's like I love kind of the ballsiness of it, of this movie that they're doing here.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing a different take on the genre.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like, because I think what they've even said is that their TV shows aren't really going to connect anymore. So I feel like this is kind of just going to be his own. Like they're not going to see this Wonder Man appearing in Doomsday and all that stuff, you know.
Right.
And,
they should do more solo projects that aren't connected. It's like that's the fatigue, is everything building up to something. That's a problem with comic books too.
That's never happening again. Mark my words, that's never happening again. 30 years later. Well, Marvel is doing a reboot, and this time they say that they're just going to keep everything isolated and only make very light references between the individual stories. Call up Snowman.
Son of a bitch.
I apologize. You were right. By the way,
yep.
I'm old now, and I just got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Like,
goodbye,
like
Snowman.
That's what you get.
Goodbye, Snowman. Goodbye, Wizard. Excelsior.
Ugh. Oh my God, he was Stan Lee this whole time.
There was a shot of like, so the poster here, people were kind of like did they use AI to make this? Like, this looks kind of AI, and they haven't said that they haven't used AI. They said that they used AI and Photoshop together, but that doesn't really not really a no. But
well,
so yeah.
If Tron Ares taught me anything, man, it's fine. All we got to do is teach the AI empathy, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You actually watched that movie?
I did watch that movie. I saw it Saturday. I saw it in IMAX, which I will tell you right now, it is visually a very stunning film. I would recommend you don't see it any other way except in IMAX. And yeah, the visuals were good. The soundtrack was good. I usually don't like Jared Leto. I haven't found a movie yet until this one where I thought he did a decent job. Is it some kind of like masterpiece or something? No, but I mean, it's a fun movie. It's got some interesting ideas. It really deals in things like AI and 3D printing and the blending of virtual and reality. And I thought there was some interesting stuff there. It does have some emotional beats here and there. And I had fun with it. I thought it was a decent film. It's not some kind of masterpiece or something, but I will say this: like, have y'all seen the other Tron films?
No,
No.
I'm not a huge Tron guy.
The only Tron I know is Space Paranoids.
Okay,
Those I've gone.
I will say this: if you haven't seen the other Tron films, you probably won't get as much out of this as I did. I have seen the other Tron films, and so a lot of the Easter eggs, a lot of the stuff that they reference, how it ties into the other films, I quite enjoyed that aspect of it. So I probably got more out of it than the average person will, because it's definitely a film that you have to like Tron to really like this film, to enjoy this film. But that's true of any Tron film. It's just Tron's a niche. I'm part of that niche. There is set up for a sequel, but given that it really didn't do all that well over the weekend, the chances of that happening are very, very low, which makes me very, very sad, because I was very much interested in a sequel coming out of this.
I read that they've said that, or there is a quote from someone that it's like the Tron franchise is done. They're not going to make any other ones or something.
Yeah, that's probably, which is really, it's sad, because I think Tron has a lot of interesting concepts. It's just, I mean, I don't know, like, who here has seen Digimon?
I mean,
have not. I'm familiar with that though.
Oh my god, people!
Very surface level.
Digimon, digital monsters.
So okay,
gotta Digimon.
Yeah. So in Digimon, the idea is like there's this data world that kind of evolves on its own and becomes like its own thing. It's kind of like we set it up, and then like it goes from there, and it becomes its own thing. You get like actual digital life forms. Tron is very similar in that sense. You have like Kevin Flynn, who's like the main character, who sets up like this digital world called the Grid, and it starts to develop its own life forms, essentially. So that I metaphysical concepts like that involving like, you know, what's really life, you know, like what is a living thing, like can something digital be considered alive? Like there's some interesting stuff in there that I enjoy. It's very philosophical.
Well, speaking of digital things and life, we also got news of Marvel's Visonquest series, where it's going to star Vision as he was left off in WandaVision as White Vision. He's got all the memories of the original Vision, but struggles to connect with the emotions. Ultron, Friday, Edith, Dummy, and Jarvis will all appear and have human forms, releasing in 2026.
Vision never had a soul.
So with that is the news that James Spader will officially return as Ultron in Visonquest, and will also play a human form of Ultron in the series. I had kind of laid this out that I think it's like he's going to be talking to all of them, just like all the AIs, just like as people, and that'll be the story. James D'Arcy will return as Jarvis in human form in Visonquest. He previously played Edwin Jarvis in Agent Carter. He also appears for a brief cameo in Avengers Endgame as Edwin Jarvis, the butler of Howard Stark, which was, of course, canonizing Agent Carter, but Feige is a coward and refuses to canonize Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because he's a coward. But which is funny, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actors are like straight up calling him out on that too.
Kevin Feige, you better go ahead and canonize that Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. No, I don't want to, Mom.
It's literally like, because the guy that made it was the head of Marvel Television at the time. I forget his Mike Perlmutter, I believe. Fucking hates Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige hates him, so he refuses to be like, he's like, nope. He canonized
DC lore's about
everything else. He canonized Inhumans, for God's sake, by casting the same actor as Black Bolt to appear in Doctor Strange 2. He canonized Agent Carter with Jarvis appearing in Endgame, but he canonized the Netflix shows he refuses to canonize Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that was Perlmutter's like baby or whatever. Feige always hated it. Yeah, pretty interesting. We have Clark Gregg and Chloe Bennett and them talking about how it's like, yeah, fuck you. We love that show. Or like, it was pretty great. But we also have Rory. Sorry, I pronounce that. Rory Malika will be officially star as WandaVision's son Tommy in Vision Quest. Speed will be aged up just like Wiccan was. And so we'll have him in Vision Quest as well, setting them up for the Young Avengers when they choose to do that. Speed. I mean, Vision Quest is definitely like, we'll see what they're trying to do with it. Hopefully,
yeah,
they
don't really care. But James Spader back as Ultron was cool.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah,
That's probably the thing I care about the most is Ultron being involved in this.
Yeah, I wonder almost if it's just, I honestly, without them calling out a villain of some kind or like actual plot details, I almost expect it to honestly just be them talking every episode.
I mean, is Ultron not the villain?
No, it's just more like that he's there. It's honestly like it's going to be inside of Vision's like data. I feel like is how they're going to do this. It's just going to be like inside of memories and like data and stuff. No, maybe Ultron to be like, I can escape through your memories. So my Final Fantasy shit, I can escape through your Kingdom Hearts shit, and escape through your memories and take over your body. You know, I'm the memory of Ultron that exists in data form or something. But they also have they also have Edith from Spider-Man Far From Home. They don't have Karen though, but Karen was voiced by Paul Bettany's wife, but I think they're divorced now. So that's why she's probably not in it. But they got Dummy, who was the robotic claw. You remember from Iron Man 1 that was like always there. You know, you always calling him stupid and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Dummy. Yeah, and then Jarvis will be there. Even though Jarvis was voiced by Paul Bettany, they're like, yeah, we'll have Edwin Jarvis's actor do it from Agent Carter. Yeah, so it's that. That's kind of interesting, and I think we there was old rumors that Jocasta was supposed to be introduced, but I don't know if they're going with that because Jocasta would be difficult to kind of make work. And Friday, I think, is also supposed to have a human counterpart as well, but she has an actual voice actor, so I'll probably just reuse the same woman. So.
Dude, I tell you, I'm
not
just
familiar with any of this lore.
I'm so ready for this fucking reboot, man. I'm so ready for this fucking reboot.
I mean, you might just end up getting more of the same.
There's so many threads that are going on here. It's getting ridiculous. It's time to clean house. It's time to.
This really is this movie is like, let's do a show with the littlest side character, the sidest side characters we possibly could.
Yeah, we're really stretching here.
They're building lore into the world.
No, this is a little too much.
Well, really, they're really just paying off. Like they're paying off stuff.
Fucking everything after Infinity War has been a fucking mess, dude. Or Endgame, I'm sorry. Everything after Endgame has been a fucking mess, except for
Spider-Man, Deadpool,
No Way Home, Deadpool, and
Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
I haven't seen Thunderbolts. I can't comment, but
I've heard Born Again was pretty good.
Born Again.
Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. That like everything else has just been such a fucking clusterfuck, man. It's such a cluster.
Draven says, I hope they just had Vision the robot go out of the desert and do a lot of peyote. That's honestly what it might be, just like a digital trip. Like, because why do you think it's called Vision Quest? Like, that's why it's all going to be in his head, you know?
That's going to be so dumb.
Well, it depends what they do with it, though. Like, you could do a lot with that. Because
if you're a good writer, you can do anything.
But like, even just like digital effects, like what will this story visually be told to us with? You know?
Dildos. They're all going to be really small dildos compiled into it. That's how all the images are made.
You know, homie, just because you can make a story out of something doesn't mean you should make a story out of something.
So
That's what I say
Anyway,
about
we'll
horror
see.
movies on like Amazon and Netflix. They're flooded with trash horror movies, like indie
should- you
films.
gotta-
I'm like, just because
you
you,
gotta go to-
can
you
make
gotta-
horror movies.
You gotta go to Tubi.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That's where
there's
the
terrible.
real. That's
horror
where the
movies
real
everywhere.
slop is. That's where the real slop is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
Tubi's
lying there.
I
man.
love Tubi.
Here's the picture of Daredevil's new suit for Born Again season 2.
Is it
Yeah,
the
it's not
yellow
a
and
digital
black
trip.
one?
Fishing the robot, just tripping balls, possibly Birdman.
Yeah, he's taking real human drugs.
He's taking real human drugs. Yeah. That's the red and black with the actual DD on the chest. Finally
Oh,
after years and years of that show, he finally has the DD on the chest. So, because the only other one to have it was the Ben Affleck one, and even then, that was a tiny double D. You don't want tiny double
Yeah.
Ds on your chest. We want big double Ds on the chest.
Yep. Oh, that could be like a sex joke.
It could.
Yo.
What?
Yeah, y'all are perverted, man.
I was talking about the logo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, double D's.
Streaming says that's a great fucking costume. There's also like the photos is like the black might start coming off of the suit and it becomes the actual solid red thing. I don't know. That's just speculation. Because that's what there's really like we're still on the edge. Like they're edging us here with the all red suit. Like this is black, it's just the lighting makes it look redder than it is. But Daredevil Born Again season 2 and Spider-Man Brand New Day are connected. We don't want to spoil anything, but it very much exists in the same world and it is important. This was interviewed by the showrunner of Born Again. There was also a moment where they were talking to Charlie Cox and they were like, oh yeah, we saw you in the Spider-Man trailer earlier. And then you can see him go like, what? And then like, oh yeah, the Spider-Man Brand New Day, or the Spider-Man, the cartoon, the Friendly Neighborhood. Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood, that, and he's like, oh yeah, that one. But it was almost like I think he's in that movie. I think Daredevil, we're gonna see fucking Daredevil Spider-Man fucking team up in this movie.
That'd be really cool.
I agree. It should have happened before.
And I think they're keeping it a secret because it's gonna be a surprise, and then he's gonna be the secret fourth cast member or something of the movie.
You didn't see it coming, huh?
You'll never see me.
Daredevil's blind joke, huh?
I know, I got it. I just wanted to
never see me coming.
See, Jessica loves it too. He's not a terrorist. He's a T-shirt.
I don't know what that means.
He's not a terrorist.
I'm not a sweatshirt. I'm a T-shirt.
Well, that's a line that he says in Iron Man 3, Jessica. He goes, I am not a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher.
No, he says, I'm not a terrorist. I'm a teacher. That's what he says.
I'm pretty sure he says, I consider myself a teacher.
Pull it up right now.
I'll pull it up right now. I'm pretty sure that's what he
I'm going to do you like you did Jessica.
Stop. I wish people would really stop doing me. My ass is so sore.
Well, stop giving it out like that, then, man. You can say no.
I just need a break. I can hardly walk.
So what's the verdict, Riz?
I got find it here. Dialogue. All right, can we see this? Okay. This is the Trevor. There's doesn't have the.
It's got to be on YouTube.
Yeah, but I don't want to get copyright struck. Is the problem.
Oh, you can show it probably like a trailer.
Yeah, but trailers still get you. But this literally pulls it up. Let me. Oh, here it is, right here. Some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher.
So no, I don't even think he says some people call me a terrorist.
Some people call me a terrorist. I say, all right, ready for another lesson in 1964 in Sand Creek, Colorado. The U.S. military, like it's the whole speech. The
quotes could be wrong because I remember him saying, "I'm not a terrorist." He at least says that.
Did you ever consider maybe this is a Mandela effect?
Well, did you watch the Daredevil or Daredevil Netflix or whatever?
I watched the first 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah, because I know that Kingpin's goes I'm not the Samaritan. That's like one of his big speech. So maybe you're conflating the two. I put in Mandalorian. Stupid.
What the fuck? So the AI one says what you said too. The quote is, "Some people call me a terrorist." So we're both wrong.
Yeah. So
see, Jessica.
I remember it was in the trailer. I remember hearing it a lot because it was in the trailer.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Had to have been.
Yeah, but no, the normal line, I consider myself a teacher. I remember hearing that a lot. That's why. Anyway, Kirsten.
We
Dunst
need to see the clip. Fuck the copyright, dude. We need to settle it down.
we saw it.
No, I don't trust AI.
Kirsten Dunst. No, I pulled up the wiki. Kirsten Dunst says she'd be interested in doing Spider-Man 4, where Peter and MJ become parents. So, Kirsten Dunst is into it. That's your dream movie, Jessica.
Well, I'm fine with it. I don't need it. Again, I feel like between Spider-Man 3 and No Way Home, I feel that that story came to a proper conclusion. So I don't.
I got a real hot take for you in a second.
But what I really want is a third Andrew Garfield film, so the dude can finally have his fucking justice.
Oh God!
And actually have a conclusion to that fucking story, because that story has no fucking conclusion.
Yeah, that happens though. Fan Forstick has no conclusion either. Doesn't mean they need to say.
No one gives a fuck about
Ben Affleck's not getting a solo Batman movie. You're not getting
no
Andrew
one
3.
gives a fuck.
Ben Affleck ain't even getting a sequel to his movie. Elektra got more sequels than Ben Affleck did.
That's some shit, bro. But it's true though. But here's the thing though. People actually like Andrew Garfield, and regardless of that second film, people actually did like that take on Spidey. The man deserves to have
Andrew Garfield with Ben Affleck Daredevil, and just there you go.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm down for it.
I love that movie. I love that costume. I don't care what anyone fucking says. The story is absolute trash, but the action is amazing.
I'm sorry, man, but listen, that there needs to be some kind of ending. There needs to be some kind of ending to Andrew Garfield's story, so that we can just have that complete story and feel satisfied. I'm satisfied with where Toby's story ended. All right. He got forgiveness from Harry. They all forgave each other. They all reconciled at the end. You could interpret the ending scene where MJ hugs Peter that they got back together, which was confirmed in No Way Home that they did get back together, and it was a happily ever after. So where there's really, except if you want to do Toby's kid, there's nowhere else to go with that particular timeline.
I will not be doing Toby's kid.
That's the only. Well, no, that's not what I meant. Don't you go there?
What you said.
Don't you fucking go there. But that's the only direction you can take with Toby's particular incarnation of the character. Whereas with Andrew Garfield, you can show us the darker, version that was hinted at in No Way Home. We can get that. We can get a relationship between that Peter Parker and Black Cat. The problem is that you're going to have to somehow deal with the Sinister Six setup. I don't.
Dude, the movie was so bad, and it was such a mess, bro. It's not going to happen.
I'm not saying you make the film the Sinister Six, because I don't. Especially when we had all these villains team up in No Way Home, it would be very redundant. But you got to figure a way to write yourself out of it so you don't have to do Sinister Six.
Just have Venom kill them all. It happened in a few storylines. I know.
No, because we know that Venom. Andrew never encountered. Yeah, Andrew never encountered Venom.
You can make it happen.
Yeah, but you could still have Venom kill it and have him not encounter Venom.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, but then you're setting up for a fourth film, which would be Venom.
No, I'm just saying, do it off screen.
What I'm saying
Craven kills them all.
Yeah, see, that's what I think you actually ought to do. Is that I think Craven, if you did an Andrew Garfield film, another film, I think Craven should be the villain. And that's exactly what I would do. I would have Craven kill off the Sinister Six, and I would set him up as being the big bad of the third Andrew film. Like imagine like this setup. Like Craven goes around and he's like hunting down the Sinister Six, and then like his next target is Black Cat, and Peter's got to step in and try and save her, and well,
he's going to be trying to save the Sinister Six too.
Yeah, but he's going to fail. Like that.
Right.
That's like have him fail, and then like he doesn't fail to save Black Cat. Because I think if you're going to have Peter, any version of Peter end up with Black Cat, Andrew's Peter can end up with Black Cat. Like, that's really easy to see because we know he doesn't end up with MJ because he doesn't reference MJ at all. All he says is like, Gwen was my MJ. Like that's it. So we know like if MJ does exist in that universe, this Peter never meets her. So we know Black Cat exists. We know Felicia Harvey is in there. So the best guess that we can make is that he would end up with Black Cat in that universe.
The universe is dead. Bury it. Don't go to it.
I just want one more film that is a finale to his storyline. And we do.
Well, here's the monkey's paw, Jessica. They're like, all right, we'll get you your Amazing Spider-Man story, but you get 6 more crappy Spider-Man-less villain Sony movies.
And no Kid Icarus remake.
No.
Oh, stop! What are you guys doing to me?
Morbius is added to Kingdom Hearts 5 as a major world.
You keep remaking Morbius.
You go to Morbin World.
Somebody's asking for an ass whooping.
Anyway,
man, I just don't like unfinished stories. Like that's my thing. Like when I get invested in something, whether it's good or bad, I just fucking finish it. Like, just give me an ending so I can move.
Now you know how Snyder fans feel, Jesker. You bigot.
You
want to do this now? You want to pull up? I'll pull up. I'll pull up right now.
You're a bigoted bigot.
I'll pull up. Meet me in the parking lot, motherfucker. I'll pull up.
Snowman. Snyder didn't even write
any of them. Pick one.
Snyder didn't even write those movies.
He wrote BVS.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. But he still, that was his vision and his.
The guy that wrote, Jessica, you want to know what the guy that wrote BVS went on to do? Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
No, see, like,
so you know he's good.
So Zack Snyder's job is just to interpret the script to the actors. That's really
okay. I know, anus head, but we weren't talking about who wrote like Spider-Man 2.
Even Justice League,
he had it was his vision, and he had an unfinished story.
Screenplay by Chris Terrio.
You're right. No, you're right about that. But that wasn't even like the point.
I know. I'm just saying. Look, right? No, it wasn't. Yeah, Batman v Superman and Justice League, and he wrote Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I didn't know he did Justice League too.
That's fucking. Can we please? Yeah. Can we not get this person anymore?
Man of Steel was done by a different guy.
Yeah, let's not get this. Let's not get this guy anymore.
Thought it was David Goyer.
Oh yeah, I believe it's David Goyer. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that is the thing people kind of forget about with those. And same thing, like Gunn is actually writing. So like people think he's doing Supergirl. He's not writing Supergirl. He's not writing Lanterns. Like he wrote Superman. And he wrote Peacemaker, but
Oh, he's not writing Lanterns? I am way into Lanterns now then.
Yeah. So it's like it's because also like people were talking about that.
He is writing Batman. Sorry, Snowman.
Oh.
People were talking about
Batman
that
anymore.
People were talking about the that they said if we got the Man of Steel cinematographer with the DCU direction, you could make like magic, right? And Superman has good cinematography, but Man of Steel did have some good ones, but a lot of it was like Snyder. It was Snyder who his job was because the cinematographer is like, okay, use this low angle, use this, put this shot, use this zoom, right? Like that's cinematography. People a lot of put that on Snyder's feet. Like, oh, he was the one that put like the shaky cam. Like, no, that's cinematographer did that. You know, so it's like a
Dude, you were
there's
taking
basically a
way
lot
too
of
much
like
away from Snyder.
you kind of have to. You take a lot away from Gunn, you take a lot away from Snyder, and you got to be like, listen, like it takes a village, right? Making movies ain't a one man job. You kind of be like, listen, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people forget this, but when we think of like Zack Snyder and we think of James Gunn making these films, it's not like James Gunn is literally sitting there on a computer putting together this entire fucking film by himself. They are captains of the ship, but you still have to have a crew to get the ship to fucking
They
go.
are all working to bring the director's vision to life.
No, they don't bring the director's vision. The director brings the writer's vision.
They bring my vision to life.
It's the screenplay, it's the writing. That's what they bring. It's the director's not the guy. Director just sits there and he directs it's like a multi-man operation, but it's to bring the script. They're adapting.
It's between all right. So I'll give you that. It's between the writer and then the director, though. Everyone else is a service
and
to
the
that.
cinematographer.
What you're saying is true, but you also have to keep in mind all these people are working together closely as a unit. So it's not like the writer just comes up with something and then James Gunn goes, I'll do my best to make it happen. Boo-boo. It's like no. Like,
right, he adds his own shit to it. He tweaks what he believes needs to be tweaked.
They're working together, and James Gunn's probably like, I don't know about this.
Like also didn't write. James didn't write Guardians.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like
I'm saying, like people forget. Like I'm just more like I wanted that to be known. You know, we always tend to argue it with like they were the whole people responsible. It's like, you know, it's a multi-man operation. To a lot of them, their hands are kind of up in the air, hands are tied. Even the idea of like,
yeah, but there are certain things you can accredit things to.
That's why like Snyder's, like I've said it, like the Snyder cut and the Whedon cut are the exact same movie. Let's be honest.
But
they're the exact same movie.
What you gotta understand though, Wizard, is that rightly or wrongly, they are still the captain of the ship. And so the captain has to go down with the ship. They're the public,
they're the quarterback.
They're the public face. They're the ones that everybody's going to look to. And at the end of the day, they're going to be the fucking fall guy. I don't think it's always fair. I agree with you on that, but that is how it goes.
So anyway, we also had the announcement that the next crossover story will be Superman / Spider-Man #1. In 2026 after the Deadpool and Batman story.
The only thing interesting about cross-ups with two characters completely different in power level is seeing the weaker guy try to take the stronger guy's rogues gallery. Like Superman, there's no one that Spider-Man can offer him.
I'm not gonna lie. This seems like a weird mishmash.
Goblin and Superman can kind of go hard if they wanted it to.
There's no.
Really?
Superman decimates Goblin easily.
Yeah,
Goblin can also like fucking murder a bunch of orphans and shit. Like Goblin's fucking sadistic. Like it's the Joker Superman thing, right?
I get that, but at the same like
if we're talking like they're dropped in the fight, I'm talking as for a story, right? Like he can literally show up. And, like you get the villain billionaire tech guy of Lex Luthor with the psycho murderous Joker combined into one person.
You still got to use him to set up a bigger bad that Superman and Spider-Man need to team up to beat.
Yeah, but that can be a Superman. You don't have to use Spider-Man's guy for that.
Let's keep it 100 here, though. Superman goes all out. He's bitching the Goblin.
I'm saying, but Goblin's going to get good hits in, though, beforehand. Plus, what if Goblin gets kryptonite? If Goblin gets kryptonite, it's over. Goblin with kryptonite, you kidding me? It's green. It's over. It fits his motif. He's got the pumpkin bomb, and he'll be like, you know.
I agree
with everything you've done for them, eventually they will hate you. Bye-bye.
I mean, look, I agree. Like, if Goblin got a hold of kryptonite, yeah, that Norman Osborn.
He's gonna reveal. He's like, I impregnated Lois Lane.
Probably. Norman Osborn is a sadistic enough motherfucker that, yeah, absolutely. If he got kryptonite, he would not hesitate to just.
That's boring as shit, though.
Do the most demonic fucking shit to Superman.
I'd be more interested in seeing Spider-Man trying to beat like Brainiac and fucking Mongol.
I just think it would
Metallo.
make. I just think it would make more sense for Spider-Man to team up with
Batman.
Yeah, because
yeah.
it's
Well, even then, their like power levels way fucking disparaging too, because Spider-Man will fucking one shot the entirety of Batman's rogues gallery.
Yeah, Jesker, yeah.
Yeah, but
Spider-Man holds back a lot of his power.
Yeah, he can
but
lift
he's
like
like
tanks and
stupid-
like small
stupid
buildings.
strong.
I mean, you're gonna have Killer Croc is gonna hang in there for
No.
a minute.
He'll
And
get
Poison-
some hits
Killer Croc.
in, but Spider-Man fights the fucking lizard
And
and wins.
And Poison Ivy has got her fucking plants. Like she can do some poison shit and stuff. I mean,
I think
there's
Poison Ivy,
potential there.
Bane. I think that's about it. Maybe
But the
Ra's al
prob-
Ghul
the
and his whole army.
Bane-
Maybe.
So Bane can't do it because of the web's tensile strength, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't. Yeah,
Spider-Man's way smarter.
And he's smart. He's got the angles and the math. He will have Bane pinned down. And
He's
wrapped
just
up
way
and won't be able to
faster.
break it. Yeah,
I think honestly, Poison Ivy is probably like the biggest threat to Spider-Man as far as Batman's rogues gallery goes, because
If she can
but he
get a
can also
mental
be like,
hold
I
on him.
synthesized this fucking toxin to like.
Yeah, but that's where
neutralize
the fun comes
well,
in,
yeah, I
'cause
know,
then
but
he
the-
doesn't know about that at first. He's got to come in contact with it first.
yeah, that's the thing. But Batman can do that too. What I'm saying is that it's gonna be similar enough to where I think it could work.
Yeah, the rogues are a little similar. They're like gangsters and freaks.
Yeah, that's always been the. That's why it's always been the comparison. You know,
Yeah, I think that would work better than Superman and
Batman's
Spider-Man.
got it. Batman
Or-
against
yeah.
Spider-Man's goons start sweating though. Let's be honest. Like
Batman
put him
can
against-
beat it. Batman can beat anybody with enough prep time. Just saying.
but I'm saying like put him against Doc Ock, right? You sweat.
That's
gonna
cake. No way, bro. That is
He's gonna make the man
cakewalk.
sweat.
No, he's easily getting past Doc Ock. Green Goblin might be an issue for Batman.
Green Goblin's Joker with fucking super strength and gadgets.
Yeah, Green
Uh,
Goblin would be his biggest threat.
I think okay.
Ock ain't no slouch.
I
Maybe
think
Electro.
I think Batman's gonna like in
Electro
a first
stuff too.
in a first encounter, Batman would probably lose to Doc Ock.
No
But
way. Not a chance in hell, dude.
in a first encounter,
In the first encounter, I don't think Doc Ock is beating Batman.
not knowing anything about Doc Ock, yeah, I think Batman probably loses.
He's just a guy with 4 metal arms, dude.
but and super fucking intelligence.
Those arms
Well,
are
Batman
like
is also
those
super
arms are-
intelligent.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like Batman would escape the encounter. Like he's gonna be on the losing end of that, but he's going to
No.
escape, and then he's gonna take the data he got
Snowman,
from
you
that
gotta-
fight.
Oh man, I need you. Can
I
you
don't
reach
think
the-
I don't think Batman. Well, I
Hey,
think Batman would
hey.
easily whoop
Snowman,
Ock. So if I
Snowman,
wrote
Snowman.
it,
Can you get Batman's bat dick out of your mouth?
God
for a
damn it,
second?
Jesker! I was gonna do a whole setup for that. You just fucking
Dude,
went right into it.
I'm
No
saying
foreplay or
you're overplaying Doc Ock.
I think
Spider-Man easily crushes
Bro,
Doc Ock.
dude.
He holds back against him.
I'm saying that Batman beats Doc Ock, but not in a first fucking encounter. He
But I
beats
don't
him
think
in the
Doc
long
Ock
game.
just totally beats Batman in the first encounter either.
Dude, you are really underestimating Doc Ock. Holy shit!
Let's get past Doc Ock. Let's move on. You got Rhino, right? I'm not saying Batman loses. I'm saying he's sweating. He's
No,
actually gonna work up a sweat against some of these guys because they're you raise up the power level. DC's
Oh, like
guys,
physically?
Right. Rhino's a fucking idiot. Batman's gonna find a way to take him.
Yeah,
out.
but like he's right. Rhino's tough and without the speed. Batman's not as fast as Spider-Man. He's fast, but he's not as
Yeah.
fast.
yeah.
Dude,
I
honestly,
understand. I
in a
understand
very
that.
first encounter, I think Batman struggles against Rhino more than because he doesn't have like the tech to like slow him down.
Wait, hold
immediately.
up. Are you saying that Rhino's a bigger threat to Batman than Doc fucking Ock?
On a very like Batman knows nothing about any of these characters. Rhino at least is super powerful and he's hard to stop. Batman's not gonna have like on his belt right then the tech to like
Rocky
slow him
says
down.
Batman would normally lose against Spider-Man.
Boy.
However, if he did have prep time,
That's
so all Spider-Man villains are a lot one-dimensional.
But
fucking crazy.
I think Batman would have some like EMP grenades or something to demobilize Doc Ock.
Are you saying that Rhino's a bigger threat than Doc Ock?
On a first meeting, I think it could be a
If
potentially
Rhino
more
catches
dangerous
Batman
threat.
off guard, I mean, technically, if Ock catches him off guard too. But like, I feel like Ock would wrap him up in the tentacle and be like, I am so smart and woo you. And then he like tasers him, right? Tasers the tentacle. But like with Rhino, if he catches him off guard, he's going to fucking knock him,
He'll just
right?
crush him.
But the thing
into a
is,
wall.
though, is that it's
And then he's going to
gonna-
want to throw, he's going to throw out a smoke bomb. He's going to grapple away. Rhino's going to want to run to the wall.
it's
You know?
it's never gonna get that far because Rhino is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I agree.
Not all the time. Not all
If
the
Batman
time.
can just figure out that he's retarded, he's gonna just beat him in no
Batman-
problem.
Well, okay,
Figure
so
Figure out
let's
something.
move on to Rhino. So Goblin is definitely like the biggest threat to
The
Batman,
biggest threat,
right?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
He's got the super
I agree with
strength.
that.
He's got the super intelligence. He's got the crazy maniacal Joker stuff. He's got the gadgetry. You know, he's
And
definitely the
I'm not
biggest
too
threat to
familiar-
Spider-Man. Even
I'm not too familiar with Electro's power set, but I feel like he would at least be the second over Doc Ock. Just for like,
'Cause
if he
he's
can turn
just
into
raw,
lightning and shit.
yeah, like raw energy, like Spider.
Yeah.
Or
How does
Batman's
Spider-Man
suit-
even beat him?
He dodges mostly, but then he uses like a special suit, like grounded, rubberized.
Yeah,
stuff.
like the webbing has some shit in it.
Yeah.
I think Batman struggles against Electro on a first encounter, but once he gets out of that first encounter, he's able to study.
Sandman's making
Electro.
Batman sweat. Let's be honest.
Sandman would make Batman sweat. I don't deny
How's
that.
Batman going to fight Sandman? You know?
Yeah, it's a good point. Well, a good point Jessica made about both of those, actually, they're kind of one-dimensional. If Batman can just figure out a way around like their
Yeah,
elemental
like,
base power, then he can
If
just-
Batman can survive a first encounter, he will find a way to counteract a lot of these villains.
Yeah.
The ones he's gonna have the toughest time with is gonna be Green Goblin, because Norman Osborn in a lot of ways can go blow for blow intellectually with Batman. Doc Ock,
Baki breaks it down too. He says Bane is like Juggernaut and Rhino at the same time, despite Venom usage. Vulture is a bit like Firefly, even though Firefly can burn the Vulture to a crisp. Electro is also very stupid. Sandman is Clayface.
Yeah,
I would say
Yeah,
fighting Clayface is different than fighting Sandman.
no, I'd say I think Sandman's a bigger threat than Clayface.
Yeah, because Sandman
Sandman's
can
more
take
powerful.
he can take over sand, any sand in the vicinity.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Get him in
What
construction
about
site,
Venom?
He just becomes the sand. Well,
Ooh.
Venom is an interesting question because do you consider him a villain? I was going to jump straight to Carnage.
Well, what I'm talking about is like when he was a villain, like the villain era.
Yeah, that's why I was just going to go with Carnage.
I think Batman struggles very heavy. Well, like, I mean, depending on how their weaknesses are, if they got the Sonic and Fire weakness,
If
I
they
mean, I
got
think
Sonic, well,
Batman
what does
exploits
Batman
that
carry?
easily.
Batman carries the Sonic stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna have some Sonic, some electrical shit, some fire shit, probably some like knockout or poison gas or some shit. So like any kind of grenades or little small devices like that. I
Yeah,
think he'll be able to
honestly,
counteract a
Venom's
lot of
not
shit.
as big of a threat. Venom and Carnage not as big of a threat to Batman as you would think.
I
It
think
depends because they might not have that big a weakness to that shit anymore.
if they do have those weaknesses, again, if he survives the first encounter, which there's a lot of ways he can get out of this shit in a first encounter.
Green Goblin, just like Vulture and improved. However, that doesn't stop Batman. Venom is weakened by sound waves. So he can't handle. I wouldn't put Goblin as just like a little
No
above
way.
Vulture.
Vulture sucks. He's like the Riddler. Of
I think Batman takes out Vulture pretty easy.
Like
Batman takes out.
easily.
Batman's just an old Vulture, just an old man that can fly.
He'll just fly the bat fucking wing
but
into him, dude.
a lot of these
He
villains,
also could just glide, just pop
a
his own
lot
cape.
of
Yeah.
these villains in Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, if he can just survive that first encounter, Batman will find a way to overcome them. The one that's like the exception to that really is Green Goblin, because Green Goblin is such a conniving fucking bastard, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes him so dangerous. He's got the superpowers.
Doc Ock's not like Penguin.
He's got
No
the,
way.
He's
I
got
wouldn't
the,
say he's that bad.
He's got the superpowers, and he's also just really fucking conniving. And I really think intellectually he could give Batman a run for his money.
You know who's also making him sweat? Craven's making Batman sweat.
That would just be a fun fight.
I'm gonna be real with you. Craven is kind of like Bane if you
No.
put him up against Batman.
Yeah, character-wise, Craven and Bane are very similar.
Yeah.
Snowman, especially with their history and like Craven uses like drugs to enhance his strength and stuff,
Yeah.
and he becomes Spider-Man at a certain point. Like stuff like they do a lot of Bane stuff with Craven. There's a lot there. Their character-wise are very like he's the intelligent. He's trying to outmaster him and break the bat and hunt the spider. All that stuff, right?
Yeah, I think Batman versus Craven goes very similar to Batman versus Bane.
What if that's the crossover? It's Craven trying to hunt Superman. He's the ultimate prey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That kind of works.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And then you bring back the Kryptonite Sphere from BVS. You're a genius,
go.
Wizard. And Martha.
But actually, someone throws it this
Martha.
time instead of flying and stabbing it. Was not even how you use a spear.
Well, how
You got
is
an
Superman
Amazon.
supposed to get killed and kill Doomsday at the same time, Wizard?
You have the Amazon warrior who knows how to throw spears. Throw a spear.
No, that would be smart writing.
No. See, now that you know Zack Snyder didn't write it, you're allowed to hate it now.
No, I did know. I thought he had like co-writing credits, but I knew Chris
Rocky
Terrio
says
was the writer.
Craven is a little bit towards Wolverine and wants to be very similar to Deathstroke, but lacks prep time and be stubborn like Rachel. Cool. I wouldn't put him as more Deathstroke. Like Taskmaster is the Deathstroke.
Hey,
like.
has Wolverine ever fought Craven?
I don't know. I did see see a thread about like
that would be cool.
That would be a cool ass storyline.
It was Black Panther hot takes, and they're and they said like that we allowed Daredevil to have Kingpin, we should allow Black Panther to have Craven. Yes, there is actually.
I can see the logic behind that.
Ooh, that almost makes too much sense.
I can definitely see the logic behind that.
There is a couple. I'm seeing some stuff here. He hasn't fought Sabretooth, but Craven has fought Wolverine a couple of times.
And wait. Did you just reference someone saying that did you say Spider-Man let Daredevil have Kingpin?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
I was saying like we as a people let Daredevil have Kingpin.
Listen, man, I understand that Daredevil or Spider-Man or fucking hell, Kingpin is in a lot of ways a Daredevil villain. But because I grew up with the fucking animated series, man, it makes it so hard for me to try and distinguish that in my head, because when I think of Spider-Man, I do think of Kingpin as being part of that rogues gallery.
Yeah, but that's I don't know how they make it sense logically in the comics to where he's like physically on par with Spider-Man, but like in reality, real logic, he's more on par with Daredevil. Like he's a way more stronger foe for Daredevil than he is for Spider-Man.
Everybody thinks I'm fat, but it's really pure muscle.
I'm 98% muscle, or whatever he said.
I love
Taskmaster's making Batman sweat. I know that people like to be like, oh, but Taskmaster's whole gimmick is that he has to copy you. Like you have to.
Batman beat Prometheus. He can easily beat Taskmaster.
But what's Prometheus's gimmick? Does he have the same the
same thing? He like copies like moves from like not just like the fighter he's fighting, but like old fighters and like people from ancient times.
Taskmaster beat Batman?
It'd be a good fight. You can make a case for that. In comic book writing, I believe you can make a case for anyone beating anyone. Now, you'd have to stretch the imagination to a bit, but realistically, I think Taskmaster and Batman would be a close fight.
The fact that I have to think about that, yeah, there's a chance. Yeah.
Okay, so he can download the knowledge and physical skills of others directly into his brain via a compact disc. We just get CD, man.
Dude.
Disc, including the skills of 30 of the world's greatest martial artists.
Yeah, now I think about it, yeah.
That's Prometheus, though, right?
Yeah, it was Prometheus I was reading.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems more like you could, as a writer, you could be like, well, that the disc is slower, whereas Taskmaster's in his brain, it's faster, you know? You ever seen that story where it's a Taskmaster story, but it's like these like I don't know if they're like villains or like oil barons or what they are, but they're doing like a golf game, and they bet a bunch of money on each other. So the one guy hires Bullseye to like be his caddy, and then the other guy hires Taskmaster. And there's like a moment where they're like equally matched. There's a moment where like they're like shit talking each other, and Taskmaster's like, "Hey, Bullseye, get out of here! Go back to killing Daredevil's girlfriends, you hack!" or whatever.
That's why Daredevil. I mean, Bullseye is cool because they could use him in all kinds of cool situations like that.
Yeah, he was a Dark Avenger. You know, he was. Wasn't he? He was Hawkeye. He was the fake Hawkeye in the Dark Avengers.
Oh, I'm sure. Wasn't Thunderbolts originally like a team, like assembled of supervillains?
Yeah, that was the Masters of Evil who were secretly pretending to be heroes. But then the Dark Avengers were, after Secret Invasion, Norman was like, "Yeah, see, it's all the Avengers. We got
okay,
Spider-Man,
that's what I thought
but
Thunderbolts was originally."
Yeah, but Spider-Man was Mac Gargan, the Scorpion, because he was Venom at the time, but he basically just made the Venom symbiote look like the black suit, you know. And they had like Wolverine's son was the Wolverine, and they had like they had an evil Scarlet Witch. It was like another character pretending to be Scarlet, stuff like that. But that was the Dark Avengers, and Norman was Iron Patriot.
Yep, that I remember. I kind of want to delve into that storyline.
Yeah. Also, I think Scorpion can kind of make Batman sweat. It just depends on what Scorpion you're gonna get, because they've kind of
smarter
written
Scorpion, maybe.
Yeah. They've written Mac in different ways. They've given him sometimes a laser tail, sometimes like a poison master, you know, and stuff like that. So it just depends.
Cool.
Mr. Negative making Batman sweat.
I'm not too well versed on Mr. Negative yet. Even though I have been reading a new Ultimate Spider-Man. He's like one of the main villains. He's pretty cool.
I could see that.
So that was
anyone
one
with
of the
hyper intelligence or some kind of mystical abilities like Mysterio, I don't think is going to give him too much of a problem because he's already got
he deals with He deals with Scarecrow that actually induces the chemical reaction of fear, right? Like Mysterio, like there's that one comic or story where like Mysterio goes against Daredevil, and Daredevil like walks over to him and like bonks him on the head.
Exactly.
Like,
I was just gonna say
like,
Batman just closes his eyes and uses
Yeah.
like ninja senses. He can just fuck him up.
Yeah. It's just like, why does that Mysterio guy play a bunch of sound effects and like, what's that about? And he's like,
That's
like
awesome.
the conversation they have later, because it's like, yeah, fuck it. But that was one of the thought experiments that someone did turn into a YouTube video, which upset me because I wanted to do it too. But it was, if you take Batman Batman from Arkham Knight, and put him inside an Insomniac Spider-Man, right? Can he solve the Devil Breath and the Martin Lee and the Doc Ock, right? Can he solve that problem? And if you take Insomniac Spider-Man and put him in Arkham Knight, can he beat Scarecrow in the Arkham Knight, right? And it was like, because those plots are very similar, you know, and so like
Spider-Man has no problem with Scarecrow. I don't think he has a problem with any.
The biggest,
Batman drugs.
You get into the sense of like Spider-Man has to figure out what the Cloudburst is, what Simon Stagg, like the Stag airship. He doesn't need to care who the Arkham Knight is, but he's got to deal with the militia drones. Does he get the Batmobile? Does he not? Does Batman get the Batmobile inside of Insomniac New York? Right? Like there's all those
you get all your abilities.
Yeah,
transferred over to the other game.
Yeah, so Spider-Man would not have the Batmobile.
No, correct.
Yeah,
so nor would he have like the Batwing or the Batboat.
Yeah, so it's like, how would he deal with that problem in his Spider-Man way, right? So
he's so much faster.
Yeah, but it's the detective. Because there's mysteries in both games, so it's the detective stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he's faster. I mean, if Scarecrow's staying hidden like he did throughout most of Arkham Knight, I mean,
yeah,
bro, it's what's speed gonna do for you if you can't find what you're chasing after?
Well, Spider-Man, I think he's just a hyper intelligent dude. I mean, I don't think deduction.
Do you think
like detective work would be a problem for Spider-Man?
Do you think Spider-Man's smarter than Batman?
Well, that was going to be the other point. I mean, how, like, I don't know really anything about detective work. Like, how refined and like how masterful do you have to be at that great detective? Like, is Spider-Man just like science smart, or can he put things together like in a different type of?
He's a bit of both, but he's not as good a detective as Batman. He's not known for his detective intelligence.
True, I guess Riddler and Scarecrow probably could give him some troubles in that regard, maybe.
The
but
way
he'll
I
eventually
see
figure it out.
The way I see Peter Parker's intelligence is like this. Peter Parker is really smart in a lot of areas, but he's not a master of anything. He's a jack of all trades when it comes to intelligence, but he's a master of none.
Yeah, true.
He's more,
I think it would just take him longer to figure it out.
Batman, I think Peter is up there when it comes to intelligent comic book characters. Absolutely. But I think Batman's just a tier above. I really do.
Of course, it's just
He
mainly
probably
like,
got experience on his side too.
well, and Batman's got the intimidation. So if you look at him and go into the Insomniac burst, right, and he's got to figure out the Devil's Breath and the Norman Osborn, he's going to hear the name Norman Osborn be connected to something. He is going to grab Norman and hold him off the top of Oscorp Tower and be like, "What do you know about the devil? Where were the other Devil's Breath going?"
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Devil's Breath. I swear to God. Swear to me.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
well,
drop
if
it,
you think, yeah, I mean, if Spider-Man can figure it out, and you think Spider-Man would struggle with Batman's mysteries, I mean, then Batman would easily figure Spider-Man's.
It's mainly then like when Doc Ock gets the Devil's Breath and releases the virus, like Batman with the dilemma of having to sacrifice Aunt May or save New York. He doesn't know her, but that's like Batman's whole thing. Batman figure out how to duplicate the thing though. He'll be like, "Yes, yeah, got it. It's done. Don't worry about it."
Right, yeah, exactly. He'd already make the cure. Yeah. And Doc Ock was a piece of fucking cake.
But the problem with Doc Ock for Batman is he doesn't know Doc Ock's a villain, just like Peter doesn't, right? So he's just gonna show up one day and be like, "It's Doc Ock. He's gone crazy. Gotta fight him." And Arkham, but he'll just drag the tank up on the top of Oscorp Tower. This tank, Arkham Knight, Batman. But you also got in the sense that Batman has to deal with his Joker infected blood, meaning he's randomly going to become Jokerized throughout the game.
And then he's unstoppable.
That could happen too. No fear toxin though. But then you have to deal with the fact that Spider-Man's going to get hit with fear toxin.
You think Joker would team up with Norman?
I think they have.
Have they?
I mean, Batman and Spider-Man have crossed over before.
I know that Joker almost teamed up with the Red Hood, but then Red Skull, and then he found out what his deal was, and he's like, "No."
Yeah, not that.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
That was
Joker
funny.
would not give a fuck.
That was funny as fuck. That was funny as fuck.
There is this. I'm seeing this panel here. I don't know what it's from.
I think Joker would make like a totally racist hate crime just for a joke. Like if he made a joke. He thought,
well, hey, Joker.
Totally racist.
Joker was the what was he? The ambassador to Iran. He was once. After Jason Todd was killed.
Oh my God, this actually exists.
Yep. Yeah, it was actually part of the Death in the Family storyline, kind of.
Supervillain team up spectacular DC's Marvel special series.
Yeah, and he had like a nuke, and he was like selling. He was like holding it for ransom or some shit.
Goblin's design is so good back in the day. The classic design is so good.
Yeah, it really is. I wish they really would have went with that mask in fucking Spider-Man 1. That would have been the coolest thing ever.
Back in the early 2000s, I don't think they would have been able to.
Let's pull up the video of the mask.
Oh my God.
No, don't.
They wouldn't have been able to.
Somebody stop me.
That would be cool though. Daredevil versus Spider-Man's rogues. That would be fun to write a story about that.
Daredevil versus Spider-Man. That happens like all the time.
Yeah, that's not
Daredevil versus Batman.
Like the Sinister Six, like he just fights them one at a time. Like that would be crazy hard for Daredevil.
All right, I'm going to say it. We're going to end the show on this. Batman struggles against Stiltman. All right, thank you.
Oh no. Yeah, he's the super. Yeah, Doc Ock is Stiltman light.
Yeah, Stiltman is too. What is Batman going to do when Stiltman goes up like 10 more stories than the grappling hook can reach? What is he going to do? He can't do that.
He just keeps going higher than the bat plane.
He keeps going higher. It's like, what are you going to do about that?
Look, Batman can beat almost anybody with prep time. Stiltman is part of that. Stiltman's not almost anybody. All right, I'm sorry, he's out of
Stiltman
that.
can dodge the Omega beams.
How do you beat something that infinitely goes higher, dude? I submit you can't. I don't think Batman can do it.
Darkseid's going to try to hit Stiltman with the Omega beams. He's going to go too high. He can't reach.
That would be fucking a cool story to write too, dude. That's the new Stiltman I'm gonna write.
Yeah, Stiltman #1.
I hope Stiltman. You know what? Fuck it. Let's have Stiltman just put him in the fucking DCU. Have him be the villain. Have him be the villain of the new Batman movie.
You know what the girl Stiltman is called?
There's a girl Stiltman?
Yeah, there's a girl Stiltman.
I'm trying to think of a joke for that.
She's called Lady Stilt Man. She's not Stilt Woman.
What?
Lady Stilt Man.
That is definitely a Gremlin World character. Lady Stilt Man.
We got Lady Stilt Man.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna end it here. We still got some stuff. We might kick it to next week because we're just gonna do more gaming stuff. We'll see what happens. Because then the week after next, we got our Halloween special, where we'll do the definitive tier list of all the horror movie monsters and villains.
Oh, nice. Very fucking ham, dude.
Who ranks them among the best and among the worst, and their crazy hot takes, and the fact that we're gonna argue.
It's the Thing.
We're gonna argue, but like the Thing isn't
He's the best.
We're gonna judge. We have to judge like coolness factor,
Power and strength and shit.
movie suckitude.
Oh, you're
overall
gonna add that into it? We should separate the monster from the movie, though. If we're just
No, you gotta
judging the
count
monster.
because if the writers fuck up, like Michael Myers was cool until they made him spooky, and then it was like he kind of ruined it a little bit, so he's gonna drop down some.
What? Because they made him spookier?
Yeah, when they made him like a possession guy, and it was when they made him
supernatural.
all
You mean?
Yeah, supernatural. That's what I mean.
When he's unexplained, it makes him way more scary.
And then they undid that with the reboot, and then they did it again in the third one. I was like, what is it? Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to find a good tier list for all that. We'll do that the week after next. Next week we'll have some gaming news to talk about, maybe some of the movie news that we had here, like including Jim Carrey, in fact, not done with acting like he keeps saying he is, as he was just cast.
He'll never be done with acting.
Dude, his views are all over the place. He's a maniac.
So anyway, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Baki. Thank you, Stray
Hail
Beans.
Chat, hail Baki, hail Stray.
Thank you, Swan.
Swan at you.
Cynic was here for a little bit.
My dad.
Rambling on about stuff. And then someone was here in the beginning. Roy Jim was here in the beginning.
Oh, my boy.
So yes, thank you. And thank you, Snowman. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
We got you missed all the chill tunes in the beginning, Jessica, though.
I'll be here next week. Probably late, but I'll be here next week.
Yeah, you'll be able to listen. You just won't be in the stream yet. But we got our nice new outro that we got to do that's quick and to the point and not going to waste your time. So thank you all for coming, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.